Assalamu alaikum askan bi. Ismaila Delsiwat, first episode of Kampe Jambar in 2026. At bu Esprin Dugasini. Bala ñoo door di doore ko rek di ñaanal suñ viewers yëpp yal na at bu Esprin indi xiiwal indi bunti wërsëg yëpp ñu ubbeeku.
Amen.
ñëpp ñoo xam ne amoon nañ jafe-jafe ay texa last year yal na yàlla oyofal mbir mi fu mu nekk nii. Suñ last episode bi ñu ngi doon waxtaan mbiri backway migration bi te luñ si doon wax mooy ñàkk opportunity daf si daan am mu ngi xaw a yëngal dëkk bi tuuti nag as well nañ reflect on it waaye man lu may wax rek ndaw bu nekk si dëkk bi ku nekk yàlla yow tamit sa wërsëg ubbeeku waaye su suñ diine bi sax yàlla daf ci doon wax ne da nga war a takka sa kamel bi loolu mu ngi laa wax ne bugga na laa dimbale but God helps those who help themselves. So taku dena tamit dafa wara bokk ci mission bi 2026. Tey special episode obviously lañ am ñu fi am gan waaye nañ si gën a dugg si waaye dama bàyyagum booy.
Yes,
nuyu nit yi. Dama bëgg ku nekk nga nuyu nit yi askan yi. Ba pare wax leen ban version of Musa mooy dugg si 2026. Mën naa nekk tamit same version. Because ñu bari going to New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Man bokk naa si loolu.
Yeah, man mi sax. Yeah. Di dalal suñ brother bi Ibrahima borom brand bi Brima di la wax welcome to the Kampe Jambar. Di nuyu tamit suñ mbooloo mi ñu setaan yëpp. Di leen ñaanal si 2026 bi. Yàlla mu nekk suñ bunti ubbeeku suñ bunti success nga xam ne bépp at bu si taw dafa nekk loo xam ne dinañu gënal previous years yu passé. Yeah. So affaire yi New Year's resolution bi. Comme noo ko waxee man honestly man I don't believe in that comme man dama gëm ne saa yu nekk da nga am resolution comme nga seet naka ngay better yow sa bopp all the time man loolu laa believe in ma 2026 bi ok lii laa decide pour def dama better suma bopp on this part every day I'm trying to better myself on every aspect yeah may seet anything loo xam ne loolu daf ma cause a distraction ma seet nu ma ko avoid ma dem on my own pace nekkuma in competition with anyone understand so man loolu laa gëm yeah.
Wavy Nurse, welcome back.
Yeah, mbal mume tentula kaljay kal kontong sankuto la wala tubab sankuto
Tubab sankuto especially.
Ka itandal ko famo ketala nung hajol siata bare murunta nan katung ndara nyawonya amira nyawonya be murna nan nembe sera nan sule jammu suleti natale kotenke kanyo hakilo bulandi kanyo kontrodia kanyo hakilo bulandi comme kuol me alon ka kake sako na jata kende la karola me alon ko kuol me alon ko comme ikamol mako e baken mel nata na jata kende la karola ngawlo ne dunda tubab sankuto tole ikafo me 2026 ka duwa na jiber lal mume na fansol membe banta ka fo alama nyeke sangol ti me alon ko wala fisiati la sangol mem mume tambita so ngalo ne santambila koliata nung diamol siata mbe duala pour sangonye gana betia dan tangomen tambita so mbal konton na ka fale ko nung nte dong na New Year's resolution wala mi ka fo na lafina fengo sankuto men kanana to nyalom amanke kuti melon kontrol jamal kam ka bambanga to bake bari kaje ko momo ani lungo lungi wulta kaje ko lafita ku kutola ku kendoma so nte dun na lafina ku nyi sankuto mento wolom ngake Abdoulaye wala ngake weviti melon ko wala fisiata no wevi men kunun wevi men wulita non kunun bitale lafta wala gana beteati kuol bi jele melon lafitala mbe kuol leto lafta wala sonea ando ya Kenya fanan so mbal danila mbe duwa kirale alfana e duwa ken dol fana e pour na lafina kuol ala sake mole wala baraka.
Jerejef Wavy Nurse. Moving to the left side tay moy Ibrahima say. We have two Ibrahimas but ñu doore say Ibrahima.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum maa ngi leen di nuyu di dalal suñu gan bi mooy suma tooma bi di la wax welcome to the Kampe.
Thank you.
Di wax ne askan bi jërë ngeen jëf si li ngeen ñu doon toppa si 2025 bi appreciate nañ ko te gis nañ support bi ngeen ñu defaral yéen a tax ñu agsi fii tey di leen wax ne ñu ngi leen di wish a very happy new year di ñaan at bii mu nekk at bu gën bi passé mu nekk at bi nga xam ne dina ànd ak wërsëg dina ànd ak yokkute si lépp loo xam ne ku nekk ay si li nga yëngu.
Amiin.
waaw di wax ne nag affaire yi resolution li ngeen wax make na point but man I have a resolution man dama dee wax ne every time am na lu ma target to get closer to something or pour achieve something am naa si biir waxtaan bi nag dinaa si host gën a waxtaan lan mooy suma resolution for 2026.
That's fair enough. Delloo suñu gan bi. Brima dama ko delloo njukkal sax because he mama invite on podcast before even we started the podcast.
Wow.
But welcome Ibrahima. Duma ko nuyu because I've known him his whole life. Waaye dama bàyyi moom mu introduce boppam si askan bi. Ba pare test wolofam bi fu mu toll. Test wolofam bi fu mu toll. But welcome to Campe Jambar all the way from Seattle, Washington. Su nekkee waa diaspora bi. Ñoom ñoo ñu gën a xam Ibrahima sax ak Brima brand bi, which is our sponsor today. Te moo tax mu ñëw. Moom na dugga si waxtaan bi torop waaye di ko wax jërëjëf tamit si sunum toppee yàgg naa di rep brand bi. Suma maas yi amuñ kawar waaye ba léegi nañ si dugga. Ibrahima, welcome. Say hello to the people, nuyul askan bi. Mun nga làkka Joola su la neexee. But you're most welcome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nuyu askan bi tamit, who are you? Who is Ibrahima?
Yeah, so definitely nuyu naa askan bi yëpp nuyu naa leen nuyu naa suma English bi mu ngi maa ñëw testa wolof bi waaye nuyu naa everyone especially back in Seattle fu ma jógee right now nuyu naa leen dama lay déglu you guys' show constantly. Firstly, just as a fan, I think ne dafa really important pour ñu document these conversations because digital footprint bi we're lucky enough ñun ñooy first generation boo xam ne suñ waxtaan yi mun nañ koo document and mun naa dem generations and that's the real impact. History shows every revolution, every positive change importance bu lay am it starts with these conversations. So I would just say huge value la especially pour suñ Gambian community bi so gërëm naa leen yéen ñëpp for loo leen dee def especially for us diasporans as well. Doo leen dee tax ñu homesick where we can always feel connected to lan moo nekk di happen suñ dëkk bi and I think that is a huge value and yërëm naa leen pour yéen yëpp pour loolu. My name is Ibrahima Baji. I'm the little brother that hides pretty much away from my siblings, I would say. I'll talk more, but for me, proud Gambian as always. Big part of I think us Gambia being the smallest country in mainland Africa is showcasing that pride and being able to use that see whatever we pursue. And for me, being abroad, being in the US, that's a huge part of what instills confidence in me is Fanlen Joge and our pride and our love for our people. So I'll get a chance to talk more about myself, but that's just the main thing I wanted to say. I'm a proud Gambian. Proud brother as well, and yeah, happy to share more about my journey. And I just thank you all for having me here.
Do you do New Year's resolution? Are you a resolution guy?
I used to be a New Year's resolution guy. Each New Year, that's like where you were, how you ended the year, and what you're starting. I feel like right now, I don't know, Bangay changed so quickly. Maybe back then resolutions could have been good. While Legi, it's always like what has happened in this year and based on that, how are you going to position yourself for what you're chasing or lan nga nekk di invest so time through the next year? Man léegi time is the most important thing for me. Every day sun ewo, how do we utilize and maximize every bit of our time? Ñu ngi spend sun time di def loo xam ne bëgguñ koo def or we need to do it. Or are we being intentional about maximizing when you spend some time? For me, it was always like, in terms of resolutions, I would say for me this year, it's not a resolution, but it's like suma mission statement, which is choice versus obligation. And that's related to time. Do I want to utilize my time based on choice or obligation? And I hope this year and going forward, I'm utilizing my time primarily first based on choice, 80% choice, 20% obligation. So not necessarily a resolution, but an alignment of my purpose.
Because Adelaide is moving at such a fast pace. Then I look at the Brima branded as well too. Obviously, USA they nyoko genaham because we'll talk about the genesis of creation as well too. And I think the importance about Ibrahim Moy, Afamon Lige, he's working. He's trained as an aeronautical engineer. He's also very humble. He wouldn't say that. But first of all, I'm very proud of him. Mama Chico, right? He's the last born best design. He's trained as an aeronautical engineer. He was working at Boeing before he was even 21 years old as an aerospace engineer as well. He's worked for Microsoft as well too.
Wow.
But also he's been building something lo xamne iboy def mako xamne du de do ko gis te amut durag on. And he got to a point where so he was the wavy guy in our house, not me, right? And then but the mindset of an engineer, the way engineer num de halate, we realize that durag in Kodan design is actually poorly done for performance.
Very well.
And he'll talk about the brand a little bit, but it's interesting. Why just on the heels of Lyndon Watan last time, because this is somebody ko xamne mo ci diaspora bi. Fofu la deka. Luma la buga laaj e-boy moy naka la diaspora bi di change it, because we were talking about migration the last time. A lot of conversation. We want diaspora bi melatu comme nun melon. Legi Gambians. So in your opinion, lan moy change ci diaspora bi in terms of American nun mel out nun mel. Obviously, luma waxon last week moy ku am yon pour migrate anywhere for xam ne sa wërsëg foofu la nekka demal bu fa dem loxo neen rek because soo fa demee loxo neen doo ñib see dara right te sa yoon bi dafa gën a métti waaye ba léegi ñun xam nañ last time bi tamit ñun time boobu xam ne we spent a lot of time in Harlem ñëpp daan liggéey ak Ketinity you used to be able to do it ñu bari sutural leen si seen boppa waaye léegi loolu amatut waaye léegi ñu ngi retain immigrants si tali yi aw noonu la change as in yow mën nañoo foog ne yow amulee kayit ICE don't do the retail si tali bi pour mën laa jàppa deport la right so naka la America di change it from your perspective what's different now from 20 years ago for example
Yeah, like America, the diaspora, specifically Gambian diaspora, in my opinion, they need a software update. That's what we need. Because maybe soon parents, soon aunties, soon uncles, the America or that they entered has drastically changed versus, let's say, new soon generation, millennials and then Gen Z. You need to update why you're in America and why you're utilizing your time in the country. And lan nga buga jele fofu nonu. Because ñun ñep den gena or some parents we sought opportunities abroad, and so ñëwé opportunities they presented to you. How do you find them? Even so ho gisé nga jot ko légui, once you get it, lan nga defal lool. America is a machine, it's a system. So as a diaspora, to answer your question short, then I really need to understand how the country really works from a high level to your also daily life, lan nga nekk di def, and then realize your basically lan nga buga achieve in America, are you really working towards that? And any strategy bo nekk di use. And the most important thing is community. It's naka nga utilize your community. Ñun as Gambians in America with such a small minority, how are we combining our powers? You know, that's a big thing that Lumayegis mulak in the areas of self-improvement and development. Is ñun as Gambians maximizing sun talent and really coming together for self-improvement and maximizing also what America has to offer or abroad. So, long answer, but that's what I would say.
No, I'm sorry. Lo neku diaspora sa. And the one so they America. Obviously, mangewa America. Minimum Europe. Right? So most of my context is America. Why most people when you migrate for when they migrate bapare Japan one day as well. Indians who do it really, really well. Yeah. Right? I'm gonna mean Japan one day. You also do so hasebe duga mandamalajo blueprint. Nela game the ninga ko play. Right? Lost all community bala Japan. Right? No bull them jail bor si bangi. Nyon nyola jo. You also ame
yeah.
They do it in such a systematic way where then they engineer your system bohamne. More than you send immigration success. 1-2 generations is game over. Don't need to build wealth. We do the same thing here in Gambia, in my opinion. In my opinion. The opinion is formed by swing experience. We want to go fast alone. We don't want to go far together. I'm going to mean. You know, so ya come take them out your ken. You got tell aga. So bugi story. Yeah. Anandor. And not from a political perspective. Because America, migrants in most of the times, most of them are even voting for Donald Trump. Xam nga loolu it's economically dañ àndandoor xam nga àndandoor dafa ute kaa ñu jël suñ kees yi suñ comme Osusu and the thing is ñu ñoo ko design the whole concept of Osusu is a mindset more than just tech debt. It's inland resources. So instead of yow nga war a nekk di sonna financially, you are as strong as the community. But pare fallen them, ngeen door di pay attention to xaalis naka la di doxee. Because money is a tool. So financial literacy, jàngal la system bi instead of buying liabilities, nor da nga jëla yenn assets, dooral di invest. So mun naa nekk gas station, or mun naa nekk hotel industry yoo xam ne Indian students they invest. Xaalis boobu leen day jël ñu fayal seen doom yi education su ko defee gars yi duñ jël student loan. That's the upgrade. You know what I mean? So we could even do it here as a community where naa nekk 5 groups of boys. It's the same thing. Ku nekk am a goal. Yow su nekkee da nga war a start a business nga xam ne okay loolu is 100,000. Yow yaa ngi am soxla da nga bëgg a dem school 50,000. How many times when they talk union we talk about our economic mission from a collective perspective? Moo tax soo gisee problem yu bari in society, in my opinion, ku nekk sa bopp nga fa nekka. Te loolu one generation rek la lay solve. Because they separate sa bopp in one generation, but you don't have a system boo xam ne one misfortune sa doomi ak seen city. Yaaxu la neen because yow xalaatuloo woon booloo bi yëpp. Where if it was a machine, yow mun ngaa daw fu sori, waaye yaa ngi yóbbu ñu bari. Yow su dara happening, society bi moo la improve. So loolu la ñu mean in terms of a mindset change. Te dëkk bi out mu ngi change. Moo tax dama ne waa diaspora bi ne waxuma nga ñëpp si de waaye sa xaalis bi dafa war a door di ñëpp si. Because xaalis mënut a liggéey nu mu daan liggéeyee Amérique dafa seer. waaye xaalis Africa la war a liggéey. So diaspora bi ñu fa nekk door leen di ñëpp si financially ak economically awakening leen soxla. But anyways, I digress. We'll talk about the Brima ban. The reason why we wanted to do today's episode, obviously, is starting the year with healthcare at the top of our mind. So, Luma Design on Moy, this is just things I think we should pay attention to. Because Shobi Lutahon, you start committee where we are Bokon, right? And we've noticed that throughout the year, and you better going back to resolution, at the Subese, Slende do the halat, this year, like Nakala, right? Te dama dee wax ne bala nga xam ne health is important dooral di retail lu nekk da nga feebar then everything stops right but we take it for granted te every single year dañ dee wax ne we need to go check dañ bàyyi di jël health for granted why is health so easy to be taken for granted si sa xalaat lu tax nit ñi ko dee oyofal because we spend how many 9 months di waxtaan askan bi te ba léegi am na ñoo xam ne teguñ seen blood pressure bi.
bari na sax.
ba léegi.
bari na
waral loolu.
Honestly, I don't know because comme na ko waxee ku nekk yow sa own experience nga dee waxee man duma ko dee jël for granted. dëgg la comme si joobee kay fu may job health facility la wax ne ma def general body check up defuma ko but dama dee regularly check suma vital si check suma presso bi ak suma sukur bi so man si boor boobu noonu maa ngi si taxaw bu baax loolu noonu nekkut ne just benn year bu ees dafa ñëw ma ne you know what dama taxaw mi so taxaw si suma health every time I'm doing that so I don't know why the people duñ dee def loolu because am na ñoo xam ne
bala nga doon liggéey Innovex Global Health danga ko daan check.
no honestly boo ko daan check
so what changed?
Okay gis nga
because you were how old boo dooree di liggéey
Innovex my one 29 yeah
when was your first blood pressure check in your life?
I think biir Innovex laa ko def loolu bu ma nekkee 29 yeah honestly gis nga loolu tey coincidentally tey man doon waxtaanee loolu noonu ak kenn kooku tam America la jógee so he knows you comme maybe do personally but he have seen you on the internet ak yooyu noonu so dañ doon waxtaan affaire yi comme how do they say it again comme affaire health so man ko doon wax ne comme gis nga dafa am ñu bari biir Gambia fii nii just tey laa la waxal nii de si ngoon bi ma ne dafa am ñu bari biir Gambia fii nii dem nañ ba almost 40 years ñooñu noonu di only time ñu dugga lopitaan moo nekk ne dem nañ bëtt la ñu yóbbu leen biir lopitaan ñu cegal leen xam nga Gambia ñu suñ health facility naka la dee mel rek ñu defar la luñ laa check jox la paracetamol wala jox loo xam ne dafa stabilise loolu noonu nga delluwaat kër but yow nga toog nga ne you know what man damaa dem ma check suma sukur bi wala suma presso bi wala leneen fa lam toolu comme nga feel benn pain nga ne hey lii duma ko jël lightly I need to go check myself because health is wealth understand nga dem nga check sa boppa fii doo ko dee gaaw a gis it's very rare da nga waxtaan ak nit all guy nga ne ko bro yow sa lii ak léegi fan la toolu for example what's your number comme ci sa number si fan la toolu kenn du la mën a wax fan lam toolu du la mën a wax ne last time lii laa check lii laa am kenn du la mën a wax so most of the time te tey again tey mu ngi mention leena mu ne dangaa ceppa so many people dañ dee toog rek ñu dee ñu ne xay léegi la fi toog mi ngay def ataaya yi mu dee bot xamuloo ne comme those lifin yoo doon am ay headache those minor lifin yoo doon feel sa yaram bi loolu noonu mi ngi nekkal beneen cause lu ko cause sa yaram bi yow xamuloo ko nga toog benn dee rek nga toog ñu ne xay say deena so moo tax it is important all the time ngay jóg di check sa yaram bi honestly before suma previous years yi moom before my job Innovarex I have never done that before musuma jóg dem check ko only feebar moom fa dee yóbbu but since ma start Innovarex alhamdulillah suma surrounding bi moom daf ma over jàppale influence ma bu baax because ay doctors ay nurse ay yooyu laa fi toogal change na suma mindset man personally ba pare change na tamit comme professionally naka laa dee tinkee te alhamdulillah affaire health bi tam bokk na si so bokk na lu tax fu mu nekk nii moom dama si dee bàyyi xel bu baax but for the others I can't tell yeah.
man moom dama dee wax ne suñu waxantee dëgg rek ñun du suñ habit di dem check up fekk dara jotuñu as Gambians suñu waxantee dëgg rek because
Why is that?
okay
I have a theory, but
waaw man si man reason ba lu tax dañ bari lu ndee wax street doctors te man mun naa toog suma biir bu métti rek kii ne ma xay jëla xob bii man lii moom la ma def ko you know other people the same thing so du ndee dem duñ musa dem check up because of yow foo feebaree rek yow xëy na lii defoon nga ko mu jig la rek wala desaloon nga garab sa kër bi rek jox nga kii mu naan which is very bad fii loolu lañ miin depuis time xale so groupe muñ ñu si ne nañuy dem check bu su fekkoon ne ok suñ parents yi time xale at bu nekk dañu dee yóbbu lopitaan feebar neen feebaru ñu defal ñu check up suñ magee we get used to it ba pare yaa ngi mention ne dangaa toogaa nit rek next minute ñu ne la xay kii gaañu na nga ne xay kii fii la fi toogoon man loolu daf ma dee tiital you know why the people that are saying that loolu du leen dee tiital comme it's not alarming to them
exactly
dundee xalaat ñu ne kii fii la toogoon lan moo ko war a jot dëgg la yàlla mooy rey de boo tamit am na fu mu ko dee jaarale man loolu war na moo jàngal ku nekk nga xalaat ne ok kii de fii la toogoon dara jotu ko su ñun luñ gis waaye nag ñu dem check xëy na tamit ñu ngi am feebar boo xam ne mu ngi suñu yaram bi xamuñ ko by the time muy feeñ rek fekk that's the end
xam nga there was a time is waxoon na mu ne comme in America mu ne comme it's not normal pour nit nga toog rek nga dee foofu noonu at an early age comme dañ la dee laajte lu xew comme dëgg la yàlla mooy rey de moom waaye su dee rey du dee nekk neen rek moom du jóg mu ñëw rey la dafa am fu mu dee jàllale rey bi understand nga so la moo tax nga toog at that early age nga toog rek nga dee tubaab bi daf they always said what's the cause bu ñu seet naka la ñoo préventé ñeneen ñoo xam ne ñu si age boobu wala tollagoon si age bi naka la ñoo jéemee survive that nga xam ne dañoo mën a dunda bu lifin so ñun Gambia ñun digga comme digga la dañ dee toppa west bi di leen jéem a roy si yu bari waaye si mbiru health bi ñu ngi si over des gannaaw loolu nag moo nekk loo xam ne dafa jaar pour roy façon yooyu leen war a roy si gaay because ñi nga gis fii ni ñoo xam ne ay 20 something years nga toog rek nga dee 20 something nga dee ak because of high blood diabetes ak ay kidney failure ak yooyu noonu bro ñu ñoo roy west bi ñu ngi seet naka la ñëw li fi ne seen nit yi buñ deeyaat ndik loolu noonu loolu bu mu nekkaat di cause of death foofu at all ñu ngi ko try by all means why not ñun ñu roy yooyu noonu
so wait
yes
you are a landed man right dem be nekk a qualified nurse right your average guy used to play football jàng nga you have a profession meaning boy meaning la dama bëgg yow nga answer question bii nii based on a perspective of ñu la xam ne you literally know about the human body and medications and medical conditions waaye ba léegi ñu la wër na daf dee tax ngay change seen behavior because xam nañ way bi meaning sa boys si how many of your friends because 29 is scary because I was 28 years old when my diagnosed hypertension. It was in the USA because every single year, I'm at them, they're physical. So the fact that you're 29 was the first time you remember checking your blood pressure shows you that so in my situation, I would have been living with hypertension for a year, not knowing. And anything could happen, right? Wait, why?
Yemen for yemen nyini ka kumayata bakele. Kadum to nyalo mdenga mo jamal lonne nim mo jamal kata le fanan kafunyol nimel kata jamal mantara jara kende adoko bundato bari e kajele ko jamal fongo janni be nyinin ka no la jata kende la ko wala yesasa kaje ko ndefango wato wati nkatara fulan kafu nyolene akumayatale pour ya jibe de ndefango blood pressure machine be mbulu so kono sukuru machine be mbulu so kono nga foyene mole ibe alo ne ko abe mbulle bar munene man na ka fanyi ko ndefe manke na matu nga jibe the only time wato menne kanana wolo wato me alon ko comme yef ku kala mute balo kono sen kumane boy de nga marante mbalo manke de nga mara nga malaria le soto so sinana boy ya mara se boru jumalta ibuka fanyi fang mun nsa check no nyaade nga fanyi le
tam ñoo dem diagnosis be
wow
Exactly.
So itol ke fang ke la sasa fo fonga ene na fanyi ko ya mara se boru jumalta no so jama ka surprise la ni ko ko talop tanoto ye bolo jibe ngal ne jama bi je tumando ka fale ni waske no aman jama long bari amanke woti aka kumaya leta tumando ka jol jele kundi mo e sambalop tanoto ye na ya je combien high blood pressure sotole dol bi jele comme ana manke kundi moti drong bari ka jele eta e fan jibe drong ya kala moto ko e sukurole soto nga jama jele bar anda kumata bakele pour ye sasa ya muta juna wala coming early diagnosis so akumar early detection onyi because ka jele ni o kala muta juna drong sasa nyin na manan ko nyin ka sone yale ani fana ye question o men nyin ye nyin karo men foloke musa men jabi ntenga mera ko ndol jama bi je kan na jata kende ya mbuka kumayande bake katu ngajele ndol jama bi je wulutale ngani jata kende ya walati namba mbuka na jat mun kan na kende ya mbuka nkata for granted because ikaje ko mume ya lonko anin sasa le wuluta
Yeah.
wo ka bring a dinding ye wo nyinin ka fengo fen na lopitano la ko wala sa mume foye katung we alon we kende ala nafalon ne so ntol me alon ko wultale ala ya ken jatul be kende ari mbalo bita ka nga nyamang mam problem soto me alon ko mosa fono okay nyimu problem olti me alon ko aya tinale abuka kudol keno so ntol dol me alon ko wolle kan ntol batandi kaje ntol buka na jata kende am buka sural kame fo buka fulal bake bare ni wuluta drong inin sasa wo mari kalon ne jata kende ala na famu mendi so akuma yata bakele anim fanang ngalo ne ntol comme kiskisiro mun na problem wolti ni ko kiskisiro ka fo me research ndol jama bi je nka karandirol men munafa men na wolom comme tubab wala munafengol there is this particular statistic in America. I am not exactly sure ma ndafono la come exactly but is it in 2030 or 2050 ibaje kan ko comme ila mol men ke bayata wala bina la fila ka siya ila funding kelti yes so mune obe sabu yela jata kende ala kumayandi follow because tubabol ka même for prevention is better than cure so itole ajele ko comme janning sasa be dunnela ya nyato kuntu bari be sasa nyato kuntu la nyaadi le ni malon fa bilal fa mantere la andi woy bol no la nyaadi le wolom ni kata e ke la jata kende ajibe so ngamera ntol fanan ntol mo killing kata sa elemento sa ye mol taraje bi so manda mbere di wala moy kan nga moy journalist be nyinin karola ite mo jelle long ni sate ko no melon ko sa inde 97 years old even the last census, they counted a few thousands, I think 2,000 or so, who are over 80 years old.
Yeah, it was less than 0.5%,
So,
if I'm not mistaken.
So to nyalom nka fole na mol mel baluta nun komanto wolle ka balu katam wolle balu la katam mintol because sa ndol la hel na life expectancy ajidale wala adoyatale bari sa ndol ka fole wol magni loptan bal soto no bari ani sa ika balule bari sa ka jibele ndol fanan na domor cold mel falinta wol nunto wol ka yiri fengol le domo sa ndol jamal bije ni nga fengo fen domo nga sang supermarket ol to abe poto le kono okay ndol sa ndol ngol ke bari sa ani sa mbukata mfanjibe at least adoyata nyaawo nyandolo pabil wol bukasi e ka doku wol kele ibe singol kay be exercise la bari ndol sa kelim fulay be la moto kono ila ACB malaring ibitaka ite amerite be jarro be kende alal ko me alon ko abenu abaluta nun ne komanto anda ma loptan soto ngamera ndol me alon ko ndol loptan soto ndol nyanta na jata kende aga na kumayande la kadum ni wol ya janum ngalo ne ko nimma mali ya jenung ye loptanol jenu ye facility sol ndol ngamen soro scientific blood pressure machine momo jama korda jamal bi jebita be blood pressure machine taraji ngalo ne akoliata nyaaw nya lungo lungi be la blood pressure jibe la so akuma ata bakele pour mol katan kan na nomba sol jibe ala ya long te kafunyol melbe mbulu jamal bi je ni nyinen ka drong e man kende ala so ngalo ne akuma ata bakele pour nga ñoo hakilo bula nen katan kala jibe roke wallahi
I'm gonna an example luma they use so America every single year so it registers a vehicle duñ nangu nga register ko nga def lo emission test ñu ne nga dem moto bi taxaw ñu dugal plug si biir moto bi def assessment
yeah
loolu su passé most states doo am registration bu yees I wish ñu mënoon a def loolu pour nit yi citizens yi
yeah
meaning bala ngaa renew sa ID card bi loo xam ne every single year foog nga def ko if not daf laa indil texa by force da ngaa def at least bare minimum comprehensive wellness screening
yeah
because human beings ñun dana ma ko dee wax especially ñun góor yi only pain moo dee tax ñu jàng
wala naaca wala dama
right bleeding broken or burning luy laka lu dama ak luy naata pour góor yi jigéen ñi tane na waaye léegi-léegi da ngaa gis ne jigéen ñi suñ nekkutee su nekkee child birth nekkul seen goal daf dee tax it reduces seen urgency so léegi-léegi nee na wane jigéen ñi ñoo dee gën a fulal mbiri wérgu yaram this is true but most of the times if you remove the reproductive health element of it we still have a high number of women who are hypertensive diabetes am high cholesterol ñoo xam ne duñ dee really taxawal seen mbiri wérgu yaram but most societies human behavior you have to coerce them in a way boo xam ne I know it's draconian this is just a wild idea waaye ñun we know that last year and dama bëgg a wane data because nit yi xam nga suñ lañ waxee data dañ dee foog ne ñun we exaggerate so xam nga ubbi suñ screen bi fii because last year in total maa ngi run numbers yi we did about 2,500 free screenings where some of them were companies so yaa ngi ma doon laaj earlier this week
yeah
data bi just based on blood pressure because nit yi xam nañ ne and this is not in overreaction ñu bari dañ ko dee def where thankfully Gambia léegi ñu bari doo dee fay for blood pressure check thankfully now because man remember naa time Gambia yoo xam ne num tuuti da ngaa fay
yeah
especially in the private sector
yeah.
pour mun a check literally sa blood pressure right let's see here technology is not being friendly waaye nañ seet I just want to show the data pour nit yi mun koo gisal seen boppa right Tima seeta man na di nga mën a gis remote bi pour ñu mën koo lii nii but essentially saa yu nekk dañ dee wax ne ñun we have screened thousands and thousands of Gambians
yes
for what's your number ñu bari dañ daan dégg what's your number tey ñun nañ demonstrate lan lañ dee ooyee what's your number because basically it's just a baseline assessment te bokk na si metrics yoo xam ne dañ dee bugg a nit yi mën koo gis what's your number luñ daan def mooy dañoo dem sa company or ñu dem sa community ñu screen la for basic vitals ñu jël sa blood pressure ñu jël sa blood sugar ñu jël sa body mass index pour seet sa diisaay yaram bi na óor na right and then you tabulate ko we have never done a screening in Gambia since 2019 where at least 30% of the adults amuñ either hypertension or diabetes already musuda am
and out of that 30 am na percentage bi nga xam ne xamuñ ne am nañ ko
yes te am na ñoo xam ne once again not only xamuñ ko but going back to what he said they have never checked their
yeah.
blood sugar and that's the scary part as in ñii ñu ngi dunda te mu ngi ñëw right because then they want to men lie women lie numbers don't lie right so we'll see here su ñëwee
and one more thing gis naa koo xam ne kooku noonu dafa xaloon a sick mu dem lopitaan after gars yi taajal ko ne da nga am hypertension because ñoo seen family bi gars yi dina am hypertension ñoom yëpp seen family bi la nekka but imagine yaa mu ne ko you are too young yow waruloo start treatment loolu pour mag yi la bro I was like hey what are you saying man maa tax mu ñëw Innovarex si jënd garab I swear wallahi mu jënd garab fu mu nekk nii alhamdulilah yu mu daan complain yu bari wàññeeku na
waaye ñaata nit ñoo xam ndax mu ngi run seen family
exactly ñaata nit ñoo ko xam ñaata nit ñoo ko xam
yes
if 3 out of 10 Gambian adults has either hypertension or diabetes it runs in every family
exactly
yeah
because Gambia dafa ndaw yeah ñun moom he knows ñun that loolu mooy suñ grim reaper so bëggee gis any person in our family ku dund let's celebrate 70 90% is hypertension or diabetes so gisee any yow yaa ngi wax 97 yaa ngi wax 80 just pour gis ku dunda past 70 years old oftentimes ñu ko de ñu yàlla dee may sa dëgg la yàlla moo dee rey waaye ñun from a medical perspective dama dee wax ne from the moment you're born you are medically dying because every single year your system because yàlla lu nekk benn la ñu jox am na yoo xam ne ñaar la ñu jox pour ñu am benn backup because noonu la ñu bindee moo tax kenn gënu ko mun a binda but it's impossible pour man suma kidney function bi mu gën tey than it was 10 years ago when I was diagnosed with hypertension. Te teg si man maa ngi jël garab boo xam ne lisinopril wéer yéen xam ngeen ko. Lisinopril I've been taking it for 10 years. Waaye ba léegi man suma kidney function level be at 40 is probably that of somebody of 60 years old who does not have hypertension. Wow. And that's with me taking medication for 10 years every single day. Suma kidney function be it's still not high enough compared to a 40-year-old who does not have hypertension. And this is me, right? But how many people in our family, New Year's, ñu ngeen ñaanalante, how many families in Gambia ñoo dee talk discuss, okay, yan jàngoro moo ñu nekk nii rek. Loolu must not happen sometimes.
Wala ñu ngi yenai comme ibe fendi kela, iko okay, bila la bad date, mbatu nga nga fendi ala, yena nang tiketo di ala, kaya ila gift bunyenati, yeta Innovarex, ye balo mu me jibe. Ngambara o kumayata bakele katung o mo kulti me alonko ikaje na mari a sasa sotonu ye gift di ala me alonko wolungo la tata loptano to ay kalam to yele solo bennal wala sukuro bennal ay boro commencé boro nyama ko tumando naketa mam boro nyintanu Musa fono tumando abe meng balula ate siala so yenaje ay boro nyinta yatinala at least ala life preserve demanding ngande fe ngamara wolonde dealer fengoti wala gifti the best gift in any way dealer marila because there is nothing compared to life.
Are you sure? I'm not your hamnes wa diaspora ñu leen gift ticket yi wala seka ak you should. Mo leen gëna ticket gala ñaata la legi.
About 2 plus 2.5.
7,000.
You should know 7,000.
Man mangi wo 2.5.
You should know 7,000.
Anti dollar sax ak suñ koto yi. Sa yu nekk so leen waxe mbiri full comprehensive screening.
I swear.
Right? 7,000. Gaay di mel ni.
Yeah.
Why ñu ngi pare si? I know entertainment baax na. Lañu ma ku am sa xaalis loo ko def yow la. But lu may wax mooy cost benefit bi. It's very rare. I don't think Brima or anybody in the diaspora mus nga ekati phone ko wakane ma ne at bu es bi man lu ma bugga rek mooy nga yónnee ma dem def health screening. Gift of health. But moo tax dañ dee wax ne healthcare is expensive. Nit yi duñ ko dee afford. We're also selective in what we spend our money on.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Te am na ñu bëgg a Youssou Ndour ak Wally Seck man bañu ma leen waaye dama ne man ku ko spend soo ñëwee di ma jéem wax ne healthcare dafa seer dama indi receipt man lay seerutoon boo doon dem Wally Seck for 1 hour when you could get information on your health for the entire year, right? Yeah. Because we're selective in terms of that. But just going back to in terms of the data, I wish this screen was available. And I want to also commend the corporates. Because last year, a lot of companies, it was the first time you on, because we do corporate health screenings. And once again, that 30% rule still applied, right? So at the Espanol Dugasini, we'll go about the metrics. The most important thing is blood pressure, right? How many people have checked their blood pressure this year so far? E-boy?
Check out woman.
Oh, blood pressure. I did.
Was it high? I'll check out.
This year, no. Check out woman. But I will soon. Okay. This week.
Tough. Year just started.
Let's say tomorrow.
What was the last time you checked your blood pressure? I mean, these young.
It's 6 days already. It's almost a week.
Yeah.
So I think.
Man, just yesterday I checked mine.
No, but when was the last time you checked? Or how do you define health? Could we start there? Since you get one minute health metrics. How do you define health?
Health. Okay. Man, suma own gis-gis dal. Comme health mo neka comme su nekkee ne yaa ngi ànd ak sa sago both mentally, physically. I think loolu la. Emotionally, yaa ngi healthy. Amuloo stress. Amuloo pain. I don't know. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. But to me, I think man no la ko muna waxe dal. Yeah, man no la ko gise.
Nying seed la ful nga mere bente nying kala seed la fula la ni lafta nga bondi na kangola wala tubab kangol.
Wow.
katum e kaje ko ndol ngamera memmu kende ati wala ni memmela sasa ma mengo memma wala kende ata
Ngone mo sasa.
sasa wala coming ni kolya ko le ma ila jata kende ala karola ya comme ko tumando malaria la muta abe laring mol ko le mira sasati bari e kaje ko comme WHO la definition of health ila labandula yak iko not just merely the absence of infirmity so amanke coming ni mang ila sasa la wotam mole jato kende ata bari ka fo ko ila sondomo anyanta kende ala le jato nyim fongo physically nyanta kende ala financially fongo kende ala so ikaje ko coming ni o jibe rota kata kende ala karola mota fola ila jato be kende ala ne 100% wala sidla keme i jato te kende ala 100% bara koliata nyawo nya ngamera nyanta 90 yo kata o santo nyanta o sindila le katun kudol bije fon kajelo ko coming amantare bulo kono coming financial la karola ike la kato dangole ke tumando ite dol bije ite boko wol bukatare no la karola bari ise français men mutano wala ise men keno la karola wala coming quand même fo yena ikela blood pressure jibe katun fengo me alon ko ngamere ko freelom nana yena yesi AC be dula na kandida nyaaw nya ni dunda AC bije ye futa fengo jio belare ni ko men so jio la jio dila ye ming yeta yela preso jibe yela sukuro jibe free e ko ila sukuro betenne ila preso betenne ngamero damma mu ku kendolti so ngamero to la karola wala kan na preso jibe anim faran kan na stressol wala ko mi mirar ko problem ko manage then na kodo la karola fana wala ko min soto fengo ana manke kodo da mati bar soto fengol wol be ningol bole wala ningol kenyo kan wolom kende ati amanke dorong jato la kende ati bar hakilo wol be ko min ngamel fo so wala na ko maytale amanke dorom me la sasa la wadam male man kende bari ite fongo setara tama kan warta la jato man tra kende ati so on tenga mara wolen tela jiberoti ka fo nyino kende ati.
How do you define health, Ibrahima? Data.
Man, I believe they've said it all. Health like moo nekka wér gu yaram si xel ak si yaram. Yeah, I feel like they've said it. Suma waxaatee damaa just repeat lu gaay wax rek. But yaram ak xel.
Right.
No, I mean, one in mind, body, lu ma si yokka rek mooy last one be spirit.
Spiritual. So, secondary question, is health subjective or objective? You know why I'm asking these questions? Because ñu bari wér gu yaram they think is subjective, as in maa ngi fine. Objective meaning lii, right? Xam nga fu mu nekk nii su ma amutoon xaw ma woon ne am naa high blood pressure. Maa ngi fine.
Yeah.
Because yëguma dara. I'm healthy. Naka wér gu yaram.
That's subjective, right?
That's subjective, as in it's
Yow
based on
loo yëg rek.
it's based on vibes. Xam nga lu ma mean? Objectively, are we fine? Right? Subjectivity mooy yow noo ko describe ak kii num ko describe is different. And health, yes, there's certain aspects of health that is subjective, especially si mbiri health, mental health.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's subjective because once again, mënuñ ko diagnose without asking you questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Pain is sometimes subjective because the pain scale, as you know, yow melentaan mun na laa maate nga ne melentaan bi jekku na ma maa ngi baax. Right? Waaye suñ doom yi melentaan mun na ñoo laal ñu yugu for 5 minutes. Right? So loolu la mean subjectivity. Loolu ndax nga di wax subjectivity si soos.
Wolem coming itela malong ba explain nyam exactly but coming itela jero ite aje nyameng coming itela miraro comme kende ala karola or it's like subjective coming itela perspective mamani angale
My perspective, like
yes exactly comme ite me mira kende ala wala la subjective so
right. Objectivity mooy mënuloo koo change. Right? Blood pressure, which is the first one bu ñuy wax in the metric. Mënuloo maa wax ne yaa ngi fine. Si blood pressure. Right? Waaye léegi ñun xam nañ ne suñ anti yi suñ oncle yi soo la laajee lu tax nga bàyyi sa garab bi luñ la dee wax.
maa ngi wér. Trust me. Several times maa ngi okay.
Fe mom ra demal sasa.
Yeah.
Wala dëkk baa metti rek ñëpp a ngi stress. wala nga check ko blood pressure bi dem na 180/95.
I swear.
Stress bi la, yeah.
Right? And it's important because certain aspects of health, once again, subjectivity. It depends. When you feel down, so some mental health banging down 5-6 days of tahajjud, that's done it. Wala nga do the exercise, that's done it. Right? Objectivity moy, matal blood pressure be, and this is by the way, small blood pressure machine be. Because once again, I check, right? So right now, I have no idea what's going on in my body. How much my heart rate be lala, how much my blood pressure be lala. Typically, what am I nekadiwa? Because so I check some blood pressure be I want to make sure nekadiwa. Why time it mangi gel garap? I'm on lisinopril, 20 milligrams, right? I've been taking it for 10 years, right? Li sumako chege. Wala kisu neko nurse, munyo mu check ko. Blood pressure bu mu ache. What does that mean? Because all that may happen, right? Objectively, I'm going to small blood pressure is fine. Because mom, objectively, that man, okay, how much strap? You check. 2 conditions. The low that they am. Mange gel garap. See what time na malaj. Manako mange gel garap. Lolo mean na ne, num high. Water high, bem neka emergency. Because lolo mun ko wahne, neku ma di gel suma garab bi, wala garab bu may gel.
That's no more.
It's not working for you.
Or counterfeit la.
Right.
What is funny in medical profession, ñun dañ xam na suñ mère ñu ngi fen. Wala suñ paay nekk di wante. Because I'm mes la wane hay man garab mo la jula. Alhamdulillah, man sa yi nekk nam ko di jël.
Ko tesee rek xam ko.
Wa su tegee mu ne 130 over 79. Okay, I'm not context. That's objectivity. What is really, really important for most people, ñu leen de wane da nga war a am sa objective health metrics. Nga xam ne kooku su la wane okay, lii mu ngi ba continuer di jël sa garab yi. You have to proceed as well too. Ku bëgg a check blood pressure.
Ba ma check comme que man check ko ma.
So kii na la check.
No, mun nga toog.
Wow.
So Wavy,
Yes.
kii su nekkee sa patient.
Yes.
I want you to start by saying 5 questions Lord they ask every patient. Bala nga check blood pressure because ñu ne wax in terms of awareness. The moment you find out your first blood pressure reading, I'm gonna say health capture moment.
Yeah.
Because 1-2 pieces of information, mun na la jox baseline level. More than nañ dugga si yeneen metrics, but for man, blood pressure, AXA pulse is one of the foundational elements where everybody should know. So if Musa su nekkee patient, what do?
So be ñinin karo la comme nin tolla mol natanam pour que fanjibe nka ñinin karol menke katu ngalon ne yelo wala yele selo wala preso mu kulti me alon ko akumata bakele pour mu ka jibe sa ñinin karol bi jele me alon ko nka ke ngalon ne ni nga jibe o wato wala tumando asikeno ay blood pressure ñing wala ila yelo ñin na pressure ñing aya alta so wala na kajele follow ni dunda nan ke ñinin ka menna because jannim ba jibe la ngalon ne ko comme nkala file mari si ye relax me ñinin ka la même follow apart from ninge kontong itol ñinin ka ta wol me nge ñinin ka la follow fo scientific ibota tamol la nang wala ibota ka strenuous exercise leke wala kam ka doku kolen oke karon tumando ni abota doku kolen ka ni jibe askeno ay sele demanding so nayo jabiro ke den tumando mine nge ñinin ka fanang fo inenema fo yele selo sotole wala have you ever been diagnosed of hypertension katu ngalo ne typically mome yalon ko yele selo balale ni ala preso jibe maybe ni 140 sort of over 90 tumando maybe amari bala borol takane anin bani momen ko andene mala blood pressure jibe balo na okay nyine sinya floating kala pressure jibe then inkanan ka nyine karo ke fanan nyine ka dol bi je me alon ke nyine ka fo ila family kono moti je me alon ko ay nyin sasal soto kadu ngo ngalo ne wolmu fendantal bi je me alon ko ake gana predisposed le to these things killing family history because those with family history of hypertension are more likely to have hypertension than me alon ko amantarel family history dol fanam bije keo kake keoti being male predisposes you to hypertension so keol ngalo ne fana okay when it comes to some of this mental health musol they are more predisposed so keol dol fana nganta sotele hypertension so afana kuma ya telefona ikaje mume alon ko coming ibalo ila kulia ni la jamfo ma nyoma wala ila BMI nying e ka jele naketa e overweight tale wala e obese tale ila BMI nying naketa atambita 30 la 29.9 la meaning 30 kata way santola ite you are at a higher risk of having hypertension. So wo ana man jari nyinin karole ni amari jibe wala yala weight ta ana la height tumando ni o jibe balo na famari is also hypertension. And also one of the things me alon control fana more control no wala being black wala tol fata fingol.
How? Ni nit ku ñuul dafa sona.
Yes. Fata fingo ntolle gana se ñi yele selo soto no katambi fata koyol katung ikaje ko coming abentola finko le kono coming na malo bafla ya na fotola kuloro weo disadvantage dinale towards others. So wala na kumata bakele ñinin karoli bol kele follow janni kanyim presota so naketa mari abotanan amom bokan ñim exercise ke wala strenuous activity ke at least adoyata ñawña 10 minutes ay si ay relax tana pareta den ngala preso jibe to ka ke ñamen nga jibe bul fulol mumel to ay den ay compare okay so na mari sita den ya iba fole ne ibina men jibe la wala ka foy ko okay bina ke la preso jibe anim fana ni nata innovarex nka moli be mel be taraje they are all professional be mo professional don solid and nka ike topoto ñamen is very professional so iba jelale iba fole ne ikana menta anda be kala ñamen ikaje ko comme iba fole ko kanela preso le jibe andu preso ñing aka numero fula la soto so ikaje la ka santo ta soto aka duma ta soto so nomba sol ñim ba fole fanan anyanta danna damen ala dumata ani santota na tambita ñinna aseltale na jita ñe dumala na jitale so naketa fanan atambita inyanta menkela naketa jita fanan inyanta menkela wala nyanta menkela e mbol fanan mume fole so ikajel fanan nga foy anyanta tarlila bulol to anda anyanta tara bulo damen to jama bije ka jibe bulol to santo then ikajele nga foy ko abi bulo detalal demande wolong it might feel a little bit uncomfortable kato ikajela ke bulo squeeze just pour ite along ibe expect la kato ikajele ni ñi mume fa marié na mari ñi kijo ya fara ima explain ay drong ima fay okay kana ñina la abi bulo detalale ikajele na ya bulo detal na kijo ya fara rek tumando asela BP altano so wala na kuma tale nga mume explain na mari ni ya mume fay den nga nga ñi ke bulo to so aka special marking le soto me alon ko anyanta tarela arterial line to so usually jama bije arterial line yin katara bulo nyina to jam so na blood pressure machine jamal bije ko marking sol sotole so marking ole nyanta wala la je arterial line yin to so ni ala ndije tumandol bije kajele buka soto bake bari akuma tale katung afananse alteration soto in your blood pressure kaj so wala ne nyanta ala ndila jere then ya make sure aman dete bake amang fanang ama yolom bake ikalo nyaadi le ka man dete bake anim fanang amang yolom bake olom ika katale ni nyim bulo duntano je freely bari ikajele na dete bake mbulo fongo man tamino tumando asikeno amari e dimo so ando ni dimo fongo mu kultime alon ko aka preso selendele den ni okay ni mari nyin ka abete hatale be comfortable le na mantere dimi ka na responda ko abete yarene den ngela preso nyi start blood pressure nyi read so aka wati ndintale ka jele masingo mu kultime alon ko afongole ka aka fongoye den na parita abayita ndile ko aparita buto na parita nomba sol katara jela nomba fula anila jiso fanan kalipa nyame wol fanan muwe katara jele den ye numéro men soto wala nombal men soto aka yitandila le ila preso nyimbe dame bari fanan be mol hakilo bulandila comme ngela preso jibe signa killing ñine la signa fuloti kila preso jibe inene ma foy ko yele selo be lale ñine la signa fuloti kila preso jibe ni a jibe wo damma matin ko yele selo be lale jama bi jen ka fole ne ya jibe tilo ko ya jibe signa at least na doya rafan signa saba and what signa sabol mume anyanta kala comme on different occasions ama nyana kala comme ya jibe jang a hayta ya jibe ko tenke the same a hayta ya jibe ko tenke a hayta e ka amari hypertension le bala hani akake wati la me alon ko iba jibe la bi tumando ya fa mari ko aye batu fo wati koteng aye batu fo wati koteng ayna aya jibe kotenke mimi tile kiliyatare tema wala asamo fonga sinano den ala jibe sabanyango nyeke o akomanto den nakita selta o watol mume ibina fala amari tumando yele selo balale so anim fanan ikadol jele la yelol kasele ike aman sele bake bari ke hakilo bulandi men folo la okay sa nga commencer ten ila domorol jibe ba ya kata ikali balo bo nyoke ka exercise ke ha ye hakilo tu ka domorol menta ye domorol men boko ko tuluma fengol ni wol tala e kaje ko komin tumando naketa ila prisonning aselta we wala an aba control ne tumando e be borol men dolbi je fa e kata fo bore killing e ka waleta dolbi je borol e ka melta tilo kona buka siya komin dolta bare wo mumebe asabu akasabu mento wolom itela preso nyimbe nyame bari kaja ni tata loptano te ni la doktoro bo kacharale mel nyanta boro tala e nyanta tala nyamen jama bi je wala ke sila e kaje jamal bi je docteur e kaje kanana e ka men fo e ka sila men na wolom e ko yele sele boro ni a commencé e boka itene stop la de e bata blood pressure for life bari nte kam men fo mole ok ni doktoro ko e nyanta ila preso tala le fol ñin nangam time nangam ngamera wala fisiata dan ite ila jato na mantora ko soto. So I think you take your medications at least every day once is better than you suffering complications of hypertension at the end. So Jamal bi je ko ñini kar ko soto bake andu ngamera mboro la karol atol ndolbe mu jata kende do wula leti bari ngamera atol le fango gana ba manta wato e kaji Jamal bi je wol kala kule akwoti kaje okay whenever I start taking hypertensive medications I would take it for life. So ngamera ye Jamal hakilo bulandi o fananto me atin ka borol di la jama ba so e kaje nga ñin na preso men jibe na pareta mbina mbafula en okay ñine la results ti so basically jama bi jenga ke wala nyama
I pass.
No.
You know your results? Could I share?
Yep, you can say it, yeah.
So it's 129 over 59. Right? So that's a normal blood pressure. Right? So tekilum don't explain more what time the leg up there back when obviously blood pressure machine na for ute. I'm not blood pressure machine yo hamne. Sa lo habi nga ko detect. I'm na yo hamne sa risk la de neka. Lee, the reason why I use it, because once again, I'm living with hypertension. What that means is Lee device be then that's the app. So the made muna ham smart transit. Every single day, most of the times muna ko set sisuba, or la lege muna ko set and single one. It just varies. And once again, really important for niti muna ham moy. It's impossible to get your blood pressure nyari on muneka the same number.
yeah
Right? It's also not ideal that even some blood pressure be so higher than yon. They not diagnosed based on that. More than you body the one is you need to some blood pressure be it's high. They got don't call that by health. Why so naked you could gel consistently and it's over 140 over 90. Needs slower hand you have high blood pressure gumko, especially if they're a medical doctor. Because your body problem before they in your way, they ignore diagnosis. The lene one I'm high blood pressure, and then you know la bana. Then through the entire medical process and feel like they in terms of responsibility, it's very easy to you there when they wow, swing lapitani X, Y, and Z. But most of the time, swing health-seeking behavior more they cause problem. Then I guess water blood pressure is one. Why is it important? Silent driver of stroke, kidney disease. Most of the time, so they're gonna need them among one. Ganyo na tay wala dafa stroke. Lolo mungla one that need coco had uncontrolled blood pressure for a very extended amount of time. Or most of the times, a family machine like swing kidneys, yanko ligay law constantly, yang ligay law sa halbi because blood pressure is literally pressure against your arteries and so say yarambi. So ya get a fire, right? So most of the times people then what happen that lolo happen with this bobo. There's no such thing as stroke. Stroke is prolonged blood pressure elevation for a very long time, which sometimes is not a function of garabunekudido. It's a function of nitki, literally direi boba. I'm gonna talk over here no ni maybe no mean. Did it? Man lumala expel ni mo. So neka yo yang yam do. Nga neka 40 years. Nga am high blood pressure. Nga banya gel garab. Sa dombi is 2 years old. Balamo dembe aga 25. That's 23 years later. 23 plus 40 is 63. The likelihood young guy tombe sa dombo I'm 30. Statistically, it's unlikely. Because statistically, a Gambian man does not live to celebrate 70 years old. Because in life expectancy has been in the low to mid 60s for a very long time. So maybe as healthcare professionals, the way we talk about healthcare should change. ku nekk danga ko def ñu ngi doon wax last episode affaire bi risk xam nga soo ñëwee ñu ne la waa yow fu mu nekk nii moom at least blood pressure bokku si loolu mën a teel a rek loolu utee naa ak sa blood pressure bi is normal wala it's high and ideally ñu ngi doon wax ne 120/80 saa yu nekk soo checkee blood pressure daf laa jox two numbers number bu nekk si kaw number bu nekk si suuf right the reason why nga am ñaari numbers yooyu noonu you know
yow baa xool de du ma noos di
obviously
suñ xale lu mu dee def contract
and relax.
relaxation because muscle nii la dee def right contraction full pump relax mooy feeling
yeah
feesal deret pompe ko mu dem si yaram bi feesal deret pompe ko mu dem si yaram bi meaning ñaari pressure mooy am because there's two events so top number and bottom number moo tax ñu la dee wane noonu lañ ko dee measure pressure bi during contraction ak pressure bi during relaxation moo tax dañ dee wane systolic ak diastolic so daf dee important ne always di nga am ñetti number ba pare lu mu la dee always jox tamit your heart rate
yeah
si 1 minute bi ñaata yoon la sa xol bi di def lii loolu mooy heart rate mooy pulse ñu bari soo defee nii sax nga jël stop clock right da ngeen mën a yéeg sa xol bi soo xoolee stop clock
for 1 minute
for 1 minute danga ko dee mën a def wala léegi-léegi people will do it for 10 seconds and multiply it by 6 right pour mu nekk 60 seconds
I fekk it's regular. and
Regular is
it's very
regular,
yeah.
right? So moo tax léegi-léegi soo mënee da nga stress nga ñëw sa blood pressure bi is high waaye sa heart rate bi tamit it high it makes sense and nurse mun na laa wax ne ok mu ngi tàngaa yoon comme man maa ngi doon ñaxa toogal si AC bi nga noppale ko naanal ndox nga relax su ko defee soo relaxé sa xol bi nu mooy dóoree daf dee gën a wàññeeku moo tax daf dee baax nga mun a am sa resting heart rate bi right and then suñ ko measure yow sa pulse bi I think was 70 meaning 70 beats per minute so si 1 minute bi xoli nit typically should beat between 60 and 100 times si benn minute
mag bi
right
for an adult. yes.
for an adult right why it's interesting so gisee liir ñu def ultrasound ab day mel ni sabar
dégg nga
The 160.
right ab day mel ni tama right? It's beautiful right why as you get older typically in adults between 60 to 100 beats per minute so moo tax léegi-léegi tamit ñoo xam ne going back to mental health then they am anxiety and they am a physiological response ab day mel ni sa xol baa ngee beat
Yep.
most of the time nit yi if you're having those symptoms put out blood pressure machine nga check ko parce que na la mën a wan exactly if your heart rate is really really high it's really important this to me in terms of technology this is one of the most revolutionary pieces of technology man has ever made to be able to detect what your blood pressure is te léegi lii mooy suñ feebar once again I wish ni mënoon a gis screen bi malaria HIV tuberculosis those exist why chronic condition burden be in Africa and in Gambia. Once again, Africa suneke 1 billion people. 30% of 1 billion. Little do number bundaw, right? Then in there, yes, majority of the population are young, but young people have hypertension and diabetes all the time, right? So please check in some blood pressure. Metric number 2, waist circumference.
Okay.
Let's be my create, right? Luta ma def loolu number 2. Rëyaay biir.
BMI.
We go call it.
No, nañ ñëw si BMI bi because ñu ngi indi scale pour wane BMI bi. But number 2, pour man,
Visceral fat.
I said blood pressure, number 1, and this is no particular order. Number 2 mooy sa rëyaay biir bi, kola. It's the number 1 indicators of somebody who's healthy or somebody who's going to have a disease. Rëyaay biir.
Fee is a different definition.
no waaye yëpp si xel la yëpp si
No, I know, yeah, that's the
yëpp si
thing.
xel la.
Waaye fii sa biir bi su réyee rek ñu ne waaw waa jàngi.
No, but it's metabolic risk.
Which is
Surtout si góor. biir bi suy rëy rek. Pipes yi dañooy doon di yàqu.
yeah.
Because graisse moo fa nekk. Right? Especially góor lu tax mu nekk gannaaw góor who knows why.
ñu tax mu nekk lan
Góor. They yar kola. more than anywhere else?
Carol,
You cannot answer
Okay.
because he should know. Who knows why?
Fat foofu la di toog.
Why though? What's the reason of yar kola si biir?
I don't know.
Jigéen fan la dee yar graisse.
si gannaaw.
soo ko xamutoon boobu moom soo ko xamutoon tey
mooy yow sa answer bi dafa gaaw de.
ma gaaw gis
Loo miin si gannaaw.
Comme si bot bi ak yooyu.
Hips. Si wangam bi.
waaw.
But actually the back as well. And the thighs.
waaw.
That's why body percent fat will do a demonstration. Grace, jigéen moo dee gën a am more body percent fat than góor. Right? But yar grace is a evolutionary response for survival. Because bu njëkk bi lekka du daan am all the time. So saa yoo amee access to excess lekka, yàlla dafa binda suñ yaram bi pour use lii as storage.
Energy and all that.
Energy. Because if soo nekkutee di lekka, sa yaram bi su gisee glucose, daf day jool di jël graisse, def ko energy. I don't think most people understand lu tax yàlla bindee ñu nii. Léegi we have access to so much food that it's not normal for a human being pour mun a am ndeewoo añ reer. It's actually evolutionary, not normal. Bu njëkk bi is feast and famine. Danga noos su ko defee yéen ñëpp ngeen am yaram denc sa graisse because xam ngeen ne mun ngeen a enter period boo xam ne doo gis lekka. So den sa yaram bi moo tax góor daf ko dee dajale fii. su ko defee ba léegi mun ngaa def yéen you could still move, you could hunt. Jigéen is literally linked to their fertility. Gis nga jigéen body percent fatam bi su droppé to a certain level, then they stop their menstrual cycle. Moo tax jigéen dañ la dee wane su nekkee pregnancy is your plan, try to get to 20% or higher of body percent fat. Pour sa yaram bi mun a antal jur doom. Xalaatal system boo xam ne yàlla dafa def on and off switch. Automatic. To protect doom bi. So moo tax góor yi, the more you eat, anytime so yar kola is the number one sign that you are eating more than what you are supposed to do. And it's also a sign that you're building up visceral fat. Graisse bu gën a bon mooy graisse boo xam ne sa xol bi su nekkee lii nga feesal ko graisse around your organs. But also metabolic risk because insulin resistance foofu la dee ñëwee. Right? So moo tax nekku ne dañu war a celebrate ñoo xam ne yaa ngi takka jabar yi maa ñoo soto sa kola baa ngee ñëw yaa ngi sol xaftaan parce que ñun suñu yëre african si tamit dañ dee mën a nëbba kola xam nga it's actually sign that you are getting unhealthier and for most men you're more likely to have erectile dysfunction dafa dama why soo jëlee pipe bu war a ubbeeku nga warale koo graisse pipe bi lu mooy def
after dafa get squeeze.
dafa pata
yeah
deret du mun a jaala dem fu mu war a jaala pour nga doxal wala su fa jaalee du mut so yow yaa ngi jël Viagra yaa ngi jël lu nekk dugal jëm nga toj koola bi pipe si ubbeeku nga dem continuer sa fini right so waist circumference te once again very easy danga ko war a xam nga taxaw right ñu jël measuring tape xam nga ñawkat bi tape bu mu dee measure ku nekk daf ko war a am right su ko defee nga téye sa jumbax bi nii nga dooree foofu nga wërale ko nekkut foo dee sol tubéy de tubéy fii la nii nga wërale ko nga nata ko it's a direct correlation as well.
Wati kumanta nung nga sauve do ke nun ne me alon ko atata mola jata kende alla karola waist circumference ball to nung jam mga blood pressure jibe mola kidney function and this was purely optional. It was a study that was to be done bari ani sign dal ma kibaro moy coming afintitale bari the funny thing about that was it was not actually funny. Bari kajele ko coming ninga mo fula ke alon ko kilimbe aida ala BMI le seleta wala ala prezo le seleta wala sukuru ko ngole kalamuta ala kuoto so ikajele kom ndol nga melon nunto nka fole nun tubabu ya wala kanum nyimbala bal soto kadu nga fonum komanto balo mu kulti me alon ko akela rix siandele pour yeñi hypertension soto wala yele selo wala sukuru ga xamé diabetes wala obesity bari obesity aka commencé dulal to jamal bi je kajele wultale ni mbalo
But what's obesity?
wolem coming ibalo la ila kulia ay tambi anyanta danda dame kadung ika jibe nyamen wolem ikela jam fole jibe ani la kulia so ni jam fat ni balo kuliata ila jam fo nyanta fatala place dolto me alon ko coming anyanta tembelele so na tambita wala drong akela fenkol siandile akela rex siandile pour ka nying sasa soto melbo ko yele selo sukuru aning sasa kotengol so wala naka kumaya bakele ni ko moye ko akali exercise ke amanke because ika balo fanan be nyamen comme docteur ya fo nyamen ko manto ni domoro ke sako nyin tuluma domorol kato ngalo ne balo pour ay energy soto aka soto ku jamala sukuro be wala kono e kaje fana na in tuluma domorol fana ka ke wala nyama so e kaje ni baro tara na mo sukuro nyin talata wala sukuro amam me use amang sukuro sura me use la jama bi je kaje la ka nyin fat leta so wala na aka kumayala lafte murin lanon ko ma kaje mul jamal bi je ka fo ndeman dara domorola pour lafta mbalo le tala intermittent fasting because waka ke menti ikaje ni balo tata fo sayang ama sota be sukuro men use la aka menke ikaje fat nying abole use la for energy so ikaje le itala o fat nyimbe murun ka kumala anen fanan nenenga episode do bi jang anene fota nun jang comme mul ka sukuro men dom so wala na kumaya bakele so ikaje le nite lafta balo tala ilafte jato e gana kendea bari ibe sukuro gana domo kan imantare balo mako kan pura tala
and what happens to sukur bi bare besa yaram bi sohla juka what happens
yalon balo nyi fana ikaje le sukuro na sulata sukuro la na mo sula sukuro menna aka wostole so bari fana sukuro na siata fenne be balo kono merat na men kat na balo la sufol ka sukuro nyentano insulin ka fay insulin so ikaje le sukuro gana siata nyamen insulin nyi fana ka siata nyam pour ay control bari sa ikaje le ni law insulin tata na siata dorong ibina ko develop la melon ko sa fay insulin resistant anda se sukur kurang fana nati enole so wala na ko mata bakele pour nyi sukuro donc ya fo anene ya fo jenne killing amanke fulati balo alamam balo nyin da pour ka nyin refined sugars pour balo ya use wala the body was not made for these refined sugars ndol balo ala ya da mu la pour nyin sukurol membe nyil kono pour ko wol digest so but nin tata nga nyin sukurol lafa kono wato wati mbe sukurol domal aka kolya ku jamal nati mole wala na a jartale mol nga hakilo to bake yetara sukuro do makan ibe sukuro do maka nyama ibe nyil fanal lafa kan ibe mburol do male fengol be do male mantara exercise la o se la jata kende amurnino ko wala na ko mayta bakele pour nga hakilo to
I like that. Lutas sumanane juice, orange juice, right? Ak malekali, right? So neke nyari yep, let's say it has 10 grams of sugar. Luta orange juice be they gonna increase my blood sugar be faster than this. Who knows why?
I think because this one is natural, but it is processed. Oh.
Any thoughts? Because once again, Sunyarambi, we have access to processed foods. The Sunyarambi was designed to eat this, not drink orange juice. I have nothing against orange juice, but it's also empty calories. Sukurla, right? Meaning some blood sugar, if it's low, not all orange juice. Li, it has fiber. Sukur bi yala daf ko loma si lo hamne fok sa yaram bi liggéey pour jot si sukur bi. Meaning su nekkee end up the same amount of sugar, be within orange juice within 5 minutes, dugana sa deret bi. So you see a spike. I understand. Lii nak is gradual because fiber bi fok mu génnee sukur bi liggéey tuuti pour jot si sukur bi. Moo tax ne wan nit ne added sugar sukur bu weex is not designed pour su yaram bi ñu process ko. Moo tax ne wan ne even so-called process cap ko 9 teaspoons a day for a man and 6 teaspoons for a woman. Loolu bariwul de because am na ñoo xam ne sukur suba def nañ 7.
Combat 7 to dude.
Right?
Tablespoon la def ay
Why going back to it, it's important. Why where's circumference bi pour nit yi mën a xam reference rate. Góor soo jëlee measuring tape nga natt ko bu ëppa 100 centimeters, there's trouble in paradise.
In paradise, guy.
Yeah, literally in paradise. 100 centimeters. Right? Oui.
around it.
Nah, di
So
bari
ko
na.
wërale. Boo moo nekk high risk. Right? But usually, te li xam nga ni si yaa ngi wane bii de moom rey na. Yeah, it's true. That's high risk. Medium risk, around 94. Right? Xam nga luy sa bos. Right? 94. But 100 is always a good benchmark. That there's metabolic risk. But still, nonetheless, a healthy version, you get what pull men, low risk is less than that based on your circumference. So meaning man suma jëlee meter bi once again sa jumbax gi nga wërale ko.
Téye ko teg fa sa
Right?
teg fa sa loxo.
Téye ma ko. Dama wër. Waaw ne gis nga. 90. It just goes to show you ne 90 dum jafe. Because kenn duma gis foog ne dama am kola.
Yeah.
Te man maa ngi at 90 already.
But foog nga ne comme yenay lifin bi rek la parce que nit yi den utee size.
Déedéet waaye lu ma bëgg a illustrer rek mooy. Very kenn duma ooyee duuf.
Non.
Yeah.
Waaye ñu ngi laa wax ne the moment you go above 100, you have risk of metabolic issues. Moo tax saa yu nekk suñ dee def what's your number, obesity mu ngi bari because danga dee gis boy bu laapa am kola.
Yeah.
Bari na Gambia.
Hangalo me. So they may not be obese, but they have a lot of visceral fat around their waist circumference.
Yeah.
But 100 is the magic number. So yen you am dikasa, so tahawe da nga nata ko. Because you should be just as interested in.
So amut number boo xam ne tamit comme boo dafa tuuti trop ba risky.
No, we're thinking about the risk of a large circumference.
Oh, okay.
Right? Metabolic risk, meaning yang get dajale fat too much.
Okay.
And then obviously visceral fat.
Okay.
Right? Next one, body composition. And we wish you had a screen because it's very important.
Yeah.
Body composition, you guys do the test as well too. How much body percent fat do you have?
I think 12. Check na ko fii bu yàggu de. 12% la.
12 athlete, 12 six packs. Like anything
I
under
think
12, you see a six pack.
12 or 14. Well, I'm not packs.
General body fat.
Wait, I'm not.
I think 12.
General body, you had
Not visceral fat. We can measure it.
15. No, visceral fat and base
6.
yes,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, but I'm a lot cola.
Oh, Harold, you know me.
No, visceral fat mun
Oh, okay.
general body fat mun ko. Muscle vitamin mun ko.
Oh,
muscle
okay.
percentage.
Okay,
Okay,
understand.
so we talked about blood pressure. Metric number 1. Metric number 2, waist circumference. Right? 100 is the mark. I say women, anything greater than 88 centimeters or 35 inches is a problem. So 102 centimeters is about 40 inches. Pulgori. You want to be less than 40 inches, ideally, to avoid that problem. Number 3, body weight plus BMI, meaning the starting year, how much do you weigh? Sub-body percent weight, the difference between body composition and body weight, body weight is included in body composition. Why body composition, most body composition scales, then they muna job more than that as well. We have one and a scale. Okay. Right? We use Omron, which these people make blood pressure machines as well. It's the facility we use this. Body composition scale, bohanne, satanka finger kodetek, it sends a small electric pulse sayarambi. It measures lan more jagar sayaram. Right? What is your body made of? Right? Musangane amga packs, so we're gonna have them demonstrate how we do it. Essentially, these handles, most of them have a handle that you squeeze on for women to accurately measure. And you have to put in your height and your age. More than you body then they get next when they what's your number, then they always under leave pulmona hamsa height as well. So maybe you could just check his metrics and then we'll go from there.
We can check it here.
Yes. I will move out of the way a little bit and then we could check it. And then so this is metric number 3. We talked about blood pressure. Musa moisin guinea pig bitay. Waist circumference bit. Definitely blood pressure bit.
Yeah, so body composition B. First,
They wouldn't hear you.
No, I'll narrate it.
It is, yeah.
So, the first thing luñ dee def pour mën a am sa body composition mooy foog ñu xam sa height bi fan la toll. Léegi dañ dey use any kind of measuring stick pour mën a xam ndax ndaama nga ndax njool nga ndax you're medium. I think Musa is average. 179 centimeters, right? And then most body composition scales, then they like just a height and your age. Because kuneka sa adbidab, they determine how well. So Musa, from nekani, he is 170 nyata. 179
centimeters.
And he is, Arajo has a age.
31.
So he's 31 years old. So we're gonna input his age. We're gonna input his. Just to mention that, especially in like a bit in Braille, there's some basic skills you have up there on our mobile app. My mom they use, right? You better mom from that e-boy mom they use. Yep. It's easy because it does all this measurement for you, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So mom suta hawe from nekani tankinen. Mu tie handle bi comme kuy dawal bicycle or rider mu bës ko system bi léegi dina door di measure yaramam bi what is it made of. These are estimates obviously. And once again, you don't need to have this scale. We use this because it's clinical grade. It's a clinic blend they use. Why there's some bathroom scales you have like them on body composition. The reason why it's important is it's gonna give you a few numbers, right? First thing Mungyo and Musa's weight is 70.4 kg. If you're in the USA, pounds times 2.2, you'll get it, right? And then body mass index MB Nalokojo is 22. All you need to know is anything that's closer to 30 of your body mass index, there's trouble in paradise. More than likely, there's a direct correlation to waist circumference and BMI. The bigger your stomach, the higher your BMI. It's a sign of your overall health.
Normal with all is 18.5 to 24.9. Yeah.
More normal.
Yeah, normal.
Okay, all these ranges, that's the beauty of them as a healthcare professional, will help you explain why. So I mean apps, there's a lot of good apps. I'm on that image why technology will get played defense say. Pulmulena 1 month more metrics nakala DML. But Musa, body mass index 22, meaning he has a healthy weight. Yando wahdara, sunekon under 18. Amle nyo hamne, they are underweight. Meaning they want to do the letter. Right? Because if you are under 18, then not 18 years old, but it's a BMI if it's under 18. So your body percent fat is 14.8. Which is not bad. I'm got abs the lady. Typically, right? Full gorman. As long as you're under 20, you're doing okay.
15 to 20.
If you screen professional athletes, they have single digits of body. Say you're the greatest.
I think Ronaldo 7, I don't know 6.
Right?
Yes.
Single digit body. The low soko gise. I'm in dress.
But the last time we want walk out buba, I'm gonna less than this day.
No, I'm 14.8 is, even though I got you beat though, man, from man, I'm closer to 13, right? But also there's a direct correlation to diet.
Okay.
Diet influences body fat more than anything else. But once again, you're not a professional athlete. So there's no reason you should be walking around with 10% body percent fat. Because your body percent fat begin to important more than visceral fat. I'm gonna want the fat be around sa organ. Bobu, you want it to be under 10. So you're 5%. So meaning medically, it's likely that amyloid grass buworsa organs because your visceral fat is 5%. Li more jara celebrates. Belly is a vanity metric. Now I'm got abs, well I'm abs. The abs is not sustainable.
Right.
You know something about abs? Abs. They all put First of all, even you advertise abs, then they near loss and yaram before a photo shoot. Then they dehydrate and yaram. For gaining dog but you change and diet with no added sugar. So they plan for the photo shoot. So it's not normal. Actually, because abs they actually are muscles you're having. ñu fa.
Dëgg.
You want your core to be strong. Why abs is for aesthetics. Not necessary. Te am na yenn lekk doo ko mën a am. So 5% visceral fat. Most people, especially signs of liver disease, then they do dig fatty liver. It's kind of dig fatty liver. It's a correlation to your visceral fat, right? So percentage muscle be 41% of your body is muscle.
Is that good?
It's good. It's good, right? Once again, the lower skeletal muscle is very important, especially in magi. Because magi, once you cross over 40, most of the times, your body starts losing muscle mass. You don't want to be physio in terms of you down, magi. You want to maintain your muscle mass, the amount of protein that you use. Your body age is 31.
It's exactly exact age.
So technically, you're based on the system you're 31, machine be munala you're 60-year-old now. That day am. Because that decide the lol mungla one red boy deme dunyala de. But there's problems coming. That's why they always give you your body age, and you're for a 31-year-old, it's healthy. You could try a little bit better to be a little bit younger.
Okay.
In terms of that, but perfectly fine. And then your last one, lumla de jam moy, your resting metabolic rate. Adam. Lolo mungla one yo si besbi. So ewo suba, na tera silal. Def lo dara the whole day. Sayera mi dafa laka. 1,637 calories. So def de dara. Resting state. Meaning yo si besbi. Any day ball lekut 1,637. Dinga door they lose weight because you're in a calorie deficit. So make on weight gain more is a goal, right? Every day I like 1,000 calories. Don't musa am weight.
More than beyond this.
Because see week did I'm not going to eat in excess 3,500 calories. I'm going to gain 1 pound of weight. So more than that, when a weight gain, Signera is actually harder.
Harder, of course.
For some people. I'm the new hamne, didn't some yet. Why I'm the new weight loss is a challenge. Why legally for new visite? Because you also make your lirek na wada leka, si best full balance. Every day, super kanja. Akmalo. Muna over 1,500 calories. Yung day one year good. Neke mburo pampiter. Wala mburo, wala mbahal si suba. Bobu jel na 1,200.
Bahal si suba.
Right? Reer ñew. Nga jël mburu, sauce, or whatever it is, chura gete, benen 1,000. Yo remember, 1,600 rek nga wara leka. Why yo? Leka nga 3,000 calories. So meaning, excess calories turn into what? Fat. You do it for 1 month, call a bit of a so abs disappear. Right? The next thing you know, you do the feel very high.
So mota nga require put workout, right? Mota nga require put workout.
Yeah, workout, but workout is overrated. I'm getting low. Gym. In terms of weight.
Okay.
Right? Munga doh for 1 hour. Right? Dem si beach be doh for 1 hour. You will burn more calories lakarek than kuduga gym the anyway for 1 hour. Some types of weights.
Yeah.
Watermelon is overrated. So make your weight loss more is a goal. Strength training at like cardio.
Dog man.
Dafa ute.
Assault bag bole ma jox nonu bo lu ma def dox lu ma ko def de.
No, but that's metabolic conditioning.
Yeah.
Donc walatina ekaje na in-house jamal bije wala nkata na personal men jibe fo la suwol kono ke la presol jibe jama bije nin ko yoko inyanta exercise lale I jamal merol kamol nyini kamen ndede sanke bayatal ndete boro ke no la de wala yalo ndeke bayatal ndete wo jim funkol ke no la ke hakil bulandi menna aman jariyata jim pour ye exercise ke ani tamon e kamen ke wala nan kamen fo jamal bije nakre c'est brisk walking ke no at least 150 minutes per week abeti atale so akumata bakele ka jelen ke hakil bulandi men wala ya tama kadu kay jamal bi je camera ni tata borola dron e man ta borola rek e man exercise ke tamo fanan kumata jele comme en doki afa nyam
It's actually
science
safer.
andu wala fanan gana koyta kadu ka je boro to mondo se boyno football o se takino problemol bar tamo e kamen doronke isa ke no e fangoye wala ini moyta ale kacha albe tama albe exercise la balo nyum fanan be muna fanka wala so akumata bakele pour nga hakilo bulandi na merol melbe suwol kono mbamal famal akumayele aseke no siloti me alon ko ina sa kachano ye okay na ya mara bi wonti ta tamanta bonla ya samba ya tamanta ma ta na that is enough exercise pour mero ana jamal bi jenga fo ne as pa your body tolerance ibolo semen sambano ni alon ko item ke balti exercise trainer sur ndol bi amanjari ya okay bari ngamara Ibrahim wol fo be gana position to me alon ko asa fono exercise wol me alon ko merol sakon na merol nim pabil kadu ngamre ndol AI ben tol bulle na en jamono bari nte camera mol ka AI muna fang nyameng anim fana jar anyanta muna fana nyameng ngamra doyata aka sone ya mole AI nyinen ka question la mel boko how do I start up a business or complex question bari domon dingol me alon ko nyanta AI nyinen kala okay ni de business o setup bi sama ala yake ni yodo yata e fata amete na fa bake but ni okay AI nyinen ka ite amera for my age what is the best exercise start small ya commencé domon bari ngamara ndol dal na ambition le ka wara comme we don't want to take small steps ndol big steps all rek jamal bi je kay ni laftay baloy talafana e ka jele ni exercise commencé bi sama balo man tala rek amantara wokka ngam fonyo wala you feel ko comme okay my resolution is this year lafta absolutely sort wala I want to go to the gym yeta tilifula sabarek fo man na ko ngam fonyo so ngamara ko matere comme na small steps all nketa comme ka start small and we gradually progress.
Exercise.
Yeah.
What's your exercise philosophy, Ibrahim? When did you start exercising? Or have you ever stopped exercising? I'm going to load two questions up there. I'm going to they've never stopped exercising. And that's the hack, right? But say exercise philosophy over the years, how has it changed? Because you better so exercise and they fuck me. Like duga, gori, dem gym, and things of that nature. How has it changed over the years?
I mean, exercise is a lifestyle.
Right.
That's the best way I can put it. It's a lifestyle. So it's the whole make a core priority in your life every day. And to at least most Gambians, since I started is football. Every day they play football, cardiovascular, and bahna, like it's still good, but over time, one's gonna start to understand somebody and what feel somebody. That's where exercise comes in. And you make it a lifestyle. When it's strength training, like walking for me is my favorite, most important exercise. So yaram bidal, you want to be on mobility. Keep I feel like we're so hollow soon nun always smell like sun yaram is meant to burn. Pull move la. Sun yaram when we stop, move when you talk all day, you snake hang am ligay bo hamne 8 hours ya talk. Slowly am start am back pain, health problems start. So instinctively, so gise ko am dafa am pain si yaramam, usually it's because Nekolo de move sa yaram on a regular basis. So exercise is survival, so lifestyle or aneka.
Right.
So going back to doh, little gori, but especially young men, the niggas doh as exercise, when it's actually one of the most effective forms of exercise.
No, hanga fini follow luñ ko fi den foog ne comme loo xam ne comme defuloo ko nga commencé di build muscles ak yooyu noonu comme rek nekkut exercise te xamuñ ne comme exercise dafa weesu just build muscles xam nga
Like boy, you body so an exercise, they see it from an aesthetics perspective.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. ñoom dem fa ne comme da nga build arms, chest bi shoulders ak yooyu noonu wala nga dem si field bi play football ak yooyu noonu nekka footballer wala something like that.
Is that exercise though? Or is it bodybuilding? Who has a healthy heart? Healthier heart?
Cardio? Cardio session si.
Cardiovascular, they have leg metrics. And some people, they legs they always solely. And E-boy wears it. Called Whoop. That could be sponsored. You should sponsor. But it measures how healthy your heart is. Right? Meaning, this guy gym. I'm on that time we had that CrossFit competition. Right. What happened between your hamne you punk a lot? You do a competition bohamne is measuring your cardiovascular endurance. 5 minutes.
Then pak. Yeah.
Most people that access anywhere in the it's not good fit. Like a marathon runner. Right? Muscle is a liability actually. So part of it too is going back to reimagining what fitness is. It's not muscle. Most people who are muscular actually have a obesity problem too.
Right. Hamga that time I think last year la won yok sa sister bi yena def ben charity yena non joxe ay sarax non ci wér koor bi. So yena ñu haya yena ñu oyon pour ñu jappalé len. So mi amone ben gym pako bu punkal ku nekkon ci biir. So last minute bi ñu don run out of time ngi guddi won. So ñi warona yobu yena malo ci yena place. So ma ngi fi téye ben bu 50 fi ma téye bu 25 bi ma boxa ko ni. Pako bu téye ben 50 rek imaginal pour ñu dof fi let's say ay 100 meter or something like that. Boy, dafa tek le di you bro kay. Ma kay tell me I swear it was so funny. Te so ko gisee he's so big. After man fofu nak la realize ne comme diga affaire ci nekut comme muscles rek punkal. Yeah, why feel la ci biir.
Unless you get injury, and that's why I want Ibrahima Jatta to come in. Because most people, you're more likely to, actually not more likely, at some point you will get injured with bodybuilding and weightlifting. It's not if, it's when. And then you need Ibrahima, who's a physio. So I want you to talk about, I'm going to English. I'm going to walk down and two things. Exercise, you better than there for rehab. You let it affect that, right? But there's also prehab in terms of exercise, well, a lifestyle, it prevents injury, but also how you do two things. Help people recover from injury, but also help old people maintain their mobility. Life is funny. Munga neka gymnasta bulane so mage Ibrahima mungla dimele nakanga ekate sa lohay basiko. So you see the evolution of top athletes to a regular day average Joe gor bo xamne mu ngi liggéey ndiga bi doon na di cang ak mag boo xam ne léegi pour taxaw sax te jàpp dara te dama ne woon ne ku am maam wala ku am yaay that's one of the best tests pour seet ndax mère bi mu ngi ok ndax mun naa taxaw te jàppande ko wut gis nga paa boo gis wala mag boo gis mun naa def loolu they're in good shape muscle wise but waxtaanal si loolu too.
Yeah, that is true. Comme li nga wax rek when it comes to exercise man dama starté fii dañu am benn problème mooy consistency ñun même even su fekkee ne da nga gis ko xam ne dafa bëgg a lose weight dina train for a certain period of time su àggee weight bu mu bëgg rek relax na on a long run weight bi dafa ñëwaat so consistency dafa nekk suñu problème
wala wala ka bi romb
exactly ñu bëgg a fit into the dress xam nga
dama ne do daal fit si ak suñu anti
no way dëgg la nag
waaye ñoom dañ workout for destination
exactly yeah so da nga gis ne consistency daf day nekk problem all the time ba pare comme lu mu doon wax about dañu soxla ñun su nga amee injury man dama de always wax ne suma maam daf daan wax loolu sax bul xaar bi am malaria soo ko tëddee sanke time boobu Banjul ñu ko fa xamee yow bul xaar bi am malaria soo ko tëddee sanke like prévental sa boppa balaa moo ñëw so yow su fekkee ne yow the only time nga day gis physiotherapist bi wala docteur bi mooy su dara happen rek then yow time boobu su dara happen at that moment dafa fekka like ëpp na loxo nu moo mel si yow ak ni moo mel si koo xam ne kooku mu ngi def matuwaay yu war du musa nekk benn ok comme for example koo xam ne moom daf dee stretch before workout stretch after workout ak koo xam ne du dee stretch at all ñoom ñaar seen injury du musa nekk benn so da ngaa gis ne it's very important nekku ne da nga war a dem am thérapie rek after injury déedéet baax na nga dem si physiotherapist bi dina la wan yan exercise nga war a def yan nga war a avoid xam nga comme man dama dee wax ne gym trainers yi dañu war a jàng nekkul ku fit rek could be in just any gym trainer
moo fi bari nag
exactly da nga war a jàng
ku leen dee xaya tamit loolu leen dee seet
exactly because di nga gis nit man attend naa patient yu bari ñi nga xamante ne am nañ disc herniation si gym bi leen ko jëlee it's because of ku leen di train wanul leen naka ngaa defee proper deadlift naka ngaa defee proper yeneen body weight exercise yi they don't show you they just wax la ok nii ñoom dañ koo def the way they are comfortable the way it works for them noonu laa waxee ne defee ko nii en yaram yi du benn so da ngaa gis ne ku nekk ak sa yaram nu mu mel like noonu nga war a demee through moo tax it's important ñu dee dem seek professional advice in whatever that we do okay for elderly mag yi tamit comme ni ko da ko waxee dañ dee àgga stage boo xam ne nekku dañ bañ de dama dee always wax loolu noonu nekku dañ dee bañ seen yaram moo mënaatut comme luñ mënoon before te yow soo mu ne jël sa loxo bi nga laal sa diggi gannaaw bi di nga àgga stage boo xam ne doo ko mun donc lu mu wax léegi ni nga jóg teewuloo dara di nga àgga stage boo xam ne foog nga bëstandi ko nga jóg so waaye da ngaa gis mag yi tamit need nañ exercises need nañ strengthening exercise yoo xam ne dañ ko bëgg di def consistently nga xam ne dina maintain that strength yoo xam ne am nañ ko amoon naa benn patient bu amoon 100 plus kooku daf daan dox këram ba Westfield am gën a kuy la dëkkoon you remember the man yeah every morning te am naa koo xam ne mu ngi 70 rek kooku mënut a jóg taxawal boppam sax
kooku jàmbaar la de kooku
exactly
so yaram bi tamit moo tax weight bi man su ñu bari gis nga weight the weight distribution lum dee def si mag daf la dee debilitate completely because ñu suñ society lan dee gis loolu ñu bari suñ magee seen weight bi bokk na si lu leen dee sonal and it's harder to lose weight so magee because it requires calorie restriction and movement te loolu dafa métti ba pare sa joints yi ñu ngi diis yaa ngi stiff and things of that nature dox sax mënuloo ko so waree burn 5,000 calories a week.
No, léegi maa ngi doon understand because xam nga wax naa ko twice wax naa ko ñaari yoon because dafa am time I think last year la woon xam nga before last dafa jóge woon America ñu over ponkal yaramam bay over rafet xam nga comme ma toog rek capa dog si crossfit bi boy di train boy comme koo xam ne boy dafa bëgg a rey boppam boy yóbbu yaramam bi yëpp mënuma understand dama ko laajte ñaari yoon toog lan moo tax nga def lii lan moo tax nga yóbbu sa yaram bi after si la ma explain comme lu mu fi explain nii si la ma doog a explain nal ne comme soo demee ba di mag after si yaram boobu daf la dee sonal
so moo tax rek man a Ibo ñu ngi ànd ñu maa ne moo ma ëpp léegi because once again man I've transitioned physically so ma gisoon ma nekkee 28 29 mënoon naa carry 100 kilos of muscle because my body percent fat was low waaye gis nga the moment ma doore di transition hypertension bi back issues yi suma omi because once again for every pound of weight boo lose dang they gain 4 pounds worth of pressure si sa omi and I think it's 6 on your hips or something along those lines but halata load right?
Wow.
Every pound boo lose mu ngi gain 4 pounds of pressure on your knees and then it's functional time bubble, I was heavy on CrossFit. I was lifting. My deadlift almost 300 kg heavily. I needed muscle to be able to do it.
Right.
But once again, every person want to go, like they want to go through evolution, right? You get to a point where basketball, so on muscle. I was lean and running. I get down. And then you go into heavy lifting sports. You need muscle. And now I lift weights maybe 3 times a week. Man get play more golf. Man get dusting course be 5 kilometers just to play it. So it's different. Say I'm if I respond differently. Why I could tell you I feel lighter and happier now because Jok Suba, Sega Julie. There's a lot of things you have that I play one day boy. But you know be firewood though. Father time is undefeated. Bun at some point. Yaram be the far pan.
Right.
And the body keeps the score. Right? So you go through the evolution. So now that's why I fast constantly. Just pull banya gain muscle. Because ñun tamit léegi-léegi nu ñu dee bindee. Suñ yaram bi man su ma bëggoon a ponka 1 month. But Ibo could tell you mom tamit su bëggoon a gain 5 kg in 2 weeks mun na ko. Su bëggoon a lose 5 kg in 2 weeks mun na ko. Right. Because nit yaram daf dee ute. You also going to gain 5 kg. Good luck. Every day mu ngi lekk. Foo ko gis dafa lekk. Right? Because genetically, yàlla noonu la ko bindee. So am na ñoo xam ne da ngay war a xam sa range tamit. But injury, men learn through pain. Because the moment I had an injury, and I had nerve pain, the lady I have nerve issues, right? It made me realize that, okay, jaratu ko. Because now mangi halad na okay so neke lajor is 15 months. Mabuka ko ekati dawa mo. Red bumai dem ni there's diminishing returns. So bala mo I'm 10, 11. Duma muna fahamo. Because nigga with a far chan. Right? So it's that realization. I think soon ego go to your body, soon ego then you just sooner. The sooner you realize it, You just need to be healthy and fit as well too. But injury, he knows how many people he works with who have injury. After they talk law.
Yeah. So man dama bëgg a wax about elderly rek waat again. Fii suñ mag yi miinuñ di dem exercise.
No.
Not really. Fii maire boo fi gis mu soloon joggings di dem waaw leen hey maire bi di dem toog tee cruise man xam nga which is wrong. Te man ma dey always try to involve the family. Da ngaa gis ok man dinaa dëkk ak suma maam ngoon bu nekk naa ko fa romba dem si gym bi wala ma romba ko fa dem si beach bi dawi ma bàyyi ko foofu which is not done moom même su fekkee ne yóbbu ma ko si beach bi or anywhere sax si biir kër bi rek mun na faa doxantu mu raan moo tax always ñu dee aye mag yi liggéey si kër bi especially maire yi dama dee wax ne non ne leen bàyyi ñu bale ne leen bàyyi ñu def little house chores because loolu is a form of exercise pour them pour ñoom xam nga waaye just bàyyi leen si kër bi duñ def dara utal leen house help utal leen ko leen defar everything it's not bad but tamit na gaay am physical movement yu gaay di def si kër bi nga xam ne na leen dimbale yeah
Exercise. What's the exercise routine right now?
Bàyyoon naa nag but last week last start on Monday ma busy waat the whole week ba Monday bi waa démba so tey si suba lu ma def rek moo nekk just press up but normally dama dee dem si gym bi nekkuma nag di train like before because awma kattan bi sax right now may lose weight may lose form but lu ma dee def su ma demee dama dee am every day dama make so ma am benn body part boo xam ne dama ko train bu baax at least just ma stay in form daal niratuma comme that big body because moom lu mu wax honestly loolu noonu am nga comme jar naa bàyyi xel bu baax niratuma that yaram bu mag because may 31 so next 9 years may 40 bala nga xam ne yow 50 su ma yàlla may fan understand so su nekkee ne dem naa build ay body yooyu noonu su ma demee ba war a toll si at boobu noonu xam nga dafa maa sonal so I think ne daal ma just lifin
Exercise. Football still.
Man mom just like my waves, I can't leave football. So football mom, man ak football mom. I do football like almost now. Parce que léegi nii maa ngi si holiday almost every day, every ngoon.
Football is running cardio. Essentially, right? Don't let you describe it. Is it football running cardio?
No.
Strength?
Football is high intense cardio.
High
Lots of
intense-
sprints, cuts. Yeah.
Nekkut du la dee jox that strong muscles waaye just sa cardio bi and all that. And I enjoy doing it very well. So and te man dama believe ne an exercise soo ko dee def fekk yaa ngi ko enjoy tamit I think it plays a part because I can literally be at work maa ngi xalaat ok yow booy démba suma game bi neexoon na loolu daf ma motivate wala ma ne booy démba yaa ngi ma dog tey moom il foog ma ceeb la
Fekk nga mën.
waaw fekk nga mun fekk nga mun man duma yaaya xam nga so yes
Bana yaaya bàyyi leen ñu suñ basketball rek.
no but yaay daf dee try football daf dee try
Yaaya bàyyi leen ñu suñ basketball. Ibrahima, exercise boo nekk di def.
ok man
Or are you changing your exercise routine this year?
exactly man consistency nekk na suma big problem moo tax yéen a ngi doon wax about resolution man maa ngi doon wax ne ok am na a health resolution this year which is movement consistency in these three things my sleep eating habit and exercise because man dëgg la duma dee teel a tëdda and I wake up early my sleep routine have not been good my exercise have not been good and the eating also because of too much work duma dee jox time suma bopp pour lekka a proper meal and all that so exercise mom it has really not been good although then I defantu once in a while but I need to be consistent in it and loolu bokk na si suma plans for this year which I've already started doing some home exercise and then
All gyms are full in January and empty in February.
that is very true.
But that's one of the metrics that we'll talk on part 2 as well. Exercise routine. I know your exercise routine changed a little over the years. What's the biggest change?
No, I mean, it changes based on your langa passion about. Sometimes, you're playing more football. Other times, you want to strength train. You're more in the gym. Other times, maybe I'm going to do more hiking, walking. So they change based on how you want to spend your body or your time. So for me, like, it's similar to Suma Tomalungwa. Like, I think big part is the man focus a lot on exercise. Why exercise comes with recovery. Especially as when you're in your so early 20s, you do so dokole halat. But like now as we go into our 30s and you get what about longevity and how do you recover is huge. Lulu, that was only at least in the past, maybe athletes like key information on. So exercise lubari, even consistency, yange hit some targets here. You're doing great. But how well are you recovering? And so you say injuries, if only started, injuries primarily come from lack of recovery. So a big part of that is Lolo. So for me to exercise is just a mixture, the walk, play football, play basketball, strength train, them si gym be. But a big part is more sleep consistency. Are you getting enough hours of sleep? You recover enough? So that's the big part, exercise and recovery.
So we've gotten 3 metrics. So what we're gonna, we selected 12. So every episode we're gonna talk about 3. So do a recap, and we will need to know about the Brima story. First metric number 1 of the year, we talked about it. Blood pressure, right? Metric number 2 is waist circumference. And that was intentional number 2 because most people think they're big now, right? And we talked about body weights at the bare minimum foundational. And the reason why we chose these top 3, Puldor Adbi, is free. Literally, I'm with Ben investment because the exercise you build it into, and you know the thing about Muta, I'm glad we ended up with exercise. Exercise or movement positively influences yeta metrics yep yundore. Quick exercise sa blood pressure bit up normal, sa heart rate, sa resting heart rate bit up day 1 year. And they guess the fitter you are, you need a sol I Apple Watch, I Whoop, or all these things. Like they guess the so in Nello. Si best be munga them 60, why I'm the new hamne si 40. Let's say holby day maker. Lol mungla one nesa. The heart is a muscle. It's so efficient, but the grace ne could stop benga hamne goody. 49 times si minute direct la wara door. Pulsa yaram bi yeb doylu si dere. Wow. I understand the benefits. But the more you exercise, sa resting heart rate with up gena wanye. And naturally sa blood pressure is going to be better because of that. So waist circumference be movement. Walking, leggy, low intensity, singer they get a burn fat. Actually. And when they want it, you burn a lot of fat with low intensity, right? Because there's just a different mechanism. More than like what an aerobic and anaerobic movement. The whole body chemistry is different. So I have CrossFit. It's a different pathway, right? But waist circumference be related to movement, exercise, and then your body weight. We talked about your body chemistry. We talked about your body composition, sa grass bifan la tolo, nyata muscle nga am, nyata calories nga bunga nekari, leka. Lol yep is important. So top 3 metrics in your cover this episode, once again. Blood pressure, it's killing so many people. I've been living with it for 10 years of my life. But mako ginanyeme, ragalumako because I've been controlling it. So inshallah, I'll continue controlling it. The legi technology is getting better. Benga hamne Apple, some of the watches, some of the devices legi. Then they muna monitor sa blood pressure be 24 hours. So neke si diaspora bi, so neke could they invest in healthcare. An Apple Watch is a healthcare device. It is not a watch, right? Technology is different. Some people muna nyo gisli fay okay, every single month you get pay $1,500 a month. But the amount of data, bumla neka in terms of your sleep, your movement, beso genta gudisa dafla wane yange genta. Wow. So ewo suba dafla de muna wa precisely ne demba amna lo leka balanga teda mungi tahbe san noki bi mungi affected siguri. Dafla de muna wane so ewo suba sayaram de siguri danga am fever. So sa temperature be was higher. It measures so much data. I wish nako wane suma screen this inko fix it. Then they have so much information where you're investing in your health as well. Right? So please, we'll go through the 12 metrics: blood pressure, waist circumference, body composition. Even if you don't want to come to Innovrex, Doral Fofunon, anybody for them, Fenen Lawa more, we'll go to 12 in January. So get a askan be Nimunlena Prime for the rest of the year in terms of nothing on what it changes the psychology of health. Yes, financial health is important. Healthcare could be subjective. Why am na yena no dugal sa birbi. Come ñu dé natalo ñu sokin sa sama góor nga sol corset bi so ko génné it's going to go back to its natural state, right? Switching over, we have 2 big things to talk about to wrap up as well. The first thing, obviously, as we talked about, today's sponsor, Brima. the headwear engineer himself, Brima Baji. We want to know about Brima, man. How did an aeronautical engineer who was working with Boeing decide to change the way headwear and durags are? Yes, ñëpp a ngi wonder ko amut kawar naka nga solo durag.
Ma si am benn de ma joxoon benn am ko dee dóor rek.
Am ko dee dóor. Kii laa ko may.
Ma jox am ko dee dóor.
So tell us about the Brima story. Then ubi packages so that we could see it. Why Brima? Luta, as an engineer, you go from parts for airplanes to designing headwear and the evolution of it. Because you started, tell us about the genesis. Bet you told Lute in 2025, and our sisters have entered the game with this bonnets, which I've never seen a bonnet like this that has satin.
It's amazing.
So tell us, Brima, what's the story behind it, the origin story, the genesis of it, the Gambian pride, Togning Belegi, professional athletes in America are wearing Brima. Seattle, you go places, there's Brima on. What's behind the Brima story? How did it happen?
No, I mean, Brima's story, it's like, I would say, Lamole caused someone to make change, start a business. It's usually definitely start with your problem, but and yang try to find a solution for it. And I don't know, we couldn't amna problems in daily life or lun guess other people experiencing everything law one even with Innovex is about noticing problems and if am ñoo xamne ne either ñu xaar kenn solve them problem bi or maybe eventually dinga decide ne maybe harama try solve problem bi for myself. And for me, Brima Lola and Lol Mota start ko, and it started around how I maintain suma hairstyle, or similar to my oval brother over there.
Wavy brother, the fraternity of waves over here.
Yeah.
Waves was how I wanted to maintain suma hairstyle, and a little backdrop is starting suma corporate career or even through college. Looking professional mean that I wanna maintain a clean cut. Be presentable so with opportunities, especially, for man starts my engineering career. So having a clean cut is very important in your perception, especially as Nikunyul see corporate spaces. And obviously, Lola my advice on and Lola def, and to also add my own personality, Luma like, I want to maintain waves. So I wanted to, train my hair, pull waves. Anyone kubuga train so hair be or maintain so hairstyle, I want to protect so hairstyle, especially so I know. And for me, durag, so anyone kubuga waves, hairstyles, with anga braids or locks, a lot of times, especially as men, they also durags because that's how we keep sun kawar be compressed, protect us in your nello. But no one use case for luta nile sol these headwear products. A big part of it is movement la tamit. So inelo movement la. Soon lifestyle, everything Lun talked about here about exercise and the importance. So they may gym, so they may do yang. These are all of the things that most of the time soccer we maintain. Yang sol skull cap, yang sol bahana, pull sunbi. We're always wearing headwear. So my small problem was durag la need on pull sol every day. Why durag be it was great pull my arm waves. Why this on in terms of movement. Movement as in suma nello, suma workout. If I'm going on a walk, it was not built for that. The flan they'll fall off and suma they may work out, suma nyahe, like definitely basically neck come washcloth. So long story short, probably 6 years lagel my complaint like can I for what if I durag bo hamne durot or muna them exercise trainer mom companies see like a Nike, Adidas, big companies, biggest athletes in US. LeBron James guy, you get sold durags every day. So, surely guy amnen it's an own version. But nga realize ne ñun, especially as black men, black women in America, a lot of these industries they were never made for us. So hole even in Nike, Oregon la started call him from like he was a runner. He's from Oregon. He started a company pulled $1 for runners. It was never made pour man a yow. So doo musa xalaat seen design philosophy mu xalaat ñu si lu ñoo def.
Yeah.
So yooyu moo ma start di motivate ma realize ne kenn nekkul di defar headwear boo xam ne mun nañ koo use pour ñun suñ daily life. su ma bëggee maintain suma hairstyle bi wala ma bëgg a dem si gym bi ma bëgg a play football go for a walk lu ma taya suma for my hair it's made specifically pour loolu pour man. So loolu moo ma inspire ma motivate ma and you know man as an engineer ñun lu ñoo def yëpp engineer like mooy problem solver la. And whatever engineering discipline nga def it's basically what industry or field are you solving problems for to either make more money for the business, save more money for the business. So principles you might janga throughout my own career or my own studies, lola I'm gonna use to design my own version of a durag. So long story short, little mama motivate and you know going through my own process of designing, develop, nga test, nga validate. And that's what inspired me to start my own headwear brand. And ma tudde ko Brima. Most people don't think that because Ibrahim I'm ko tudde small wapa, but how ma dal tur bi dafa just ñëw. Like it just came. I was like naa ko tudde Brima. And then after suma ma wa here so tur bi mom bo tudde so brand bi xamlo so mama mom Brima la tuddoon Brima Mega. Te den la wax ne daf la naka lañ ko waxee gis-gis xaw ma daf la am visions. He was a very visionary man. Like when the tour go for and man xaw ma woon loolu noonu yëpp.
Coincident, yeah.
But so it's just an inspiration ne yenay so problems in so life trial nga solve ko because you also go solve so for boppa like when I did this I just post like durags on the internet wax ne hey design na new durag bini just share ko like anyone ko am interest. In the first month, I had over 1,000 people sign up. Just pull Jud Benasili, just offer just putting it on the internet, and you know had so many emails. Ninja my message like Kenga Gineli, like Manglon Yaga would something like this durag. So it shows na yena you also own problems. Even snake pull your leg nga kolonde for pull solve. There's so many other people who also have this shared, and you learn how can defco. So Mike say Lolo, you know, I decided, well, so other people we're gonna something like this. Why not put it out there? And Lolo Mama inspired to start Brima, and you know, headwear business la, and my focus on, you know, designing and isi headwear that people like us wear, but ñu ko design pour the performance and functionality bun soxla pour sun everyday life. And durag la started, then ma am skull cap ba nekk nii. And then I'm now headbands, and now we just launched sun fourth product bi, which is now bonnets. And Gori.
Yeah, both.
So, and Liep is all starts with when I put out these products online, you know, get me messages the ma hey dama buga skull cap. Oh, love Naso design. We gis na loy triple def. And then they're like, okay, we would love a headband. We'll love, you know, you guys to make a bonnet. So it's really passion la start here. It's a problem la ko buga start. And now it's growing, you know, in the US alone, business is in its second year. In the US alone, we've probably shipped to every 50 state, over 10 countries plus. Durags alone, there's been over 10,000 durags in under 2 years, just shipped by customers. So we grow really fast in Tayala, but really, to summarize again, Brima, a brand, you know, I'm proudly Gambian owned, but it's really around solving problems, creating soon on space. You know, in Africa, you know, us, even as Gambians, like, you know, that's why I love Jufre so much. It's like, we deserve soon on empires. Like, why don't we have soon on Nike? Luta ñun amun soon on Adidas. You know, ñu ngi seetaan AFCON right now. Puma ngay gis, Nike kits. Where's the African brand? So that's what we're saying, you know, why is Gambia not even rocking a Jufre, for example, soon? So that's what we need to do. Then what to empower soon, Bopa. Then what to support each other, soon IDSC, create community, you know, promote, you know, Gambian businesses, whether they're abroad or on the mainland, share our stories. And, you know, I just hope, you know, Nyosi Kampebi to talk about my story. To just show that, you know, so I mean something that you're trying to do, you should go for it. And, you know, with Brima, for me, you know, it's just been super fulfilling. And yeah, Lola we're gonna share and I'll have more to talk about it. We're based in Seattle, Washington for food. That's like our HQ. So I know a big Gambian community in Seattle. They support in the US. So like to thank definitely the Gambian community for all the support they've shown, and we're just getting started, 2 years later. So I cannot sit here and say like, oh, we're a big brand when you get that. No, we're just literally just getting started. But, just wanted to share my story. And yeah, definitely support Lenyu. You can on Instagram at Brima Wear. And then some website be shopbrima.com. And no matter hope one day ñu ñëpp ne ñëw Gambia and we'll do a proper pop-up. But we'll showcase all of our products. Do more within and really bridge to the diaspora and the US. So that's a little bit about Brima and my journey so far as the founder as well.
Yeah, but do you know why women wear bonnets with this inside material?
No.
It's soft on the hair.
No. To keep moisture. I learned this recently.
Yeah.
What a DNA they wear bonnet. And I had to ask because I always used to think, why are you wearing this on your head? I mean, I didn't know. But it's moisture control because they lose most women, because of black women's hair, they lose a lot of moisture at night.
It comes dry.
And then breaking and it comes dry. So that's why the inside of the material, I sound like a bonnet professional. But that's why as well too. But for somebody like Wavy, for example, he's the second person that cares more about the waves than my brother as well too. How would you demonstrate how easy it is to wear a Brima bonnet?
Brima Durag, you
A
said?
Brima durag.
Yeah, like, a big part of that is making it easier, more functional, more. Normally, headwear, bunyo sol takala. Ko sol am ko taka, like a durag. And a big part of Nyunsun innovation is getting taka and making it bohamnene. You just simply wear it and then you can slide it. So instead of laying nga taka durag bi, nga sol ko taka ko, and lo hamne mota so nela da fa fire ko, so they want play football at durag bi, so like tackle on nga move munyaha like it comes off. Now legi li yo hamne dan ko sol is secure, am nga compression bo sola, and now legi so ko buge tighten. Instead of wearing it, you can adjust it. So it's just making it easier. Punga sol ne kune replacement la, but it's saying ne full move local solar for movement. It's built for that. So and lo solar in every products. Phone buneka, some are needed because camera is good, or if you're a gamer, you need a better processor, higher speed. So li leg is showing that durag bi instead of maybe regular one bi munga sol bi so buge play football, so buge dem gym, so bugu murat. So those are the different use cases.
Yeah. Then our regular durags, we understand when it comes to wave, one of the most difficult thing is the crown.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So soon usual durags the way they are designed, and also fini because hamgal have four de taka. Dan ko kofal ni being a hitchako. So there is that.
knows?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So looking at this, fi amut come taka lem. So the part of the durag, regular durag, for the lem, it's very difficult prunga amuted all that axa crown me. So I feel with this, so-called solace a crown is in check.
So are you going to do a live demo?
This is my first time this one. So it's,
Solar straight, you can yomana.
yeah, Brima is easy to do. So usually I'm not do buga mu hecha kawarbi. So usually we care more about
I'm going to make that. I failed. What's my master, 28 years old, cover with them na yonam. But I'm going to explain li come talk ala nekeri toga.
It's a science.
Yeah, usually super yeah, lula madewa. Mrema yo fok na yo lo de sona sa kawar bi doko de sona passer sa uniform bi ak all that. So, usually man njeka bele bi moko de dang ko tek njeka, you have to arrange fee then lemut. So widely just
Slide down like,
down
and then after nga talking ko at the back. Yep. So we get tight. That's it.
so la nehe su nekkee comme man la dang de buga mu wacca ba ci kanam bi nga hecha
And then
Yeah, that's a jump another day.
nga secure ko because xam nga bele tamit di problème bi soo ko takkee daf day mel ni a bolt kind of behind.
Yeah.
So tëddee da nga gis ne daf dee nekk problème.
Yeah.
So tëddee si
Pressure
kaw
point.
you feel uncomfortable. So loolu moo dee tax so su beneen side daf dee génna. So I feel with this it's just amazing.
So everything lumwa, that's what everyone who wears durags experiences.
Yeah.
You dangle ham like these are the things. Crown bead, if I leave line. So these are the, live experience la ñun ñëpp. But the reality is, who was going to solve this for us?
Yeah.
Mënoo ma woon a dem Nike ne hey defalee ma dara comme lii dem maa xool ne like please.
moo tax sa part boobu noonu inspire na ma bu baax comme nga gis a problème comme mënoon ngaa wax ne ok bàyyi ma toog ma xaar seet kan moo ko solve te maybe sax kenn du ko mos a solve but yow nga jóg nga try nga def effort nga solve ko te nekkut just sa bopp nga ko solve de yow unknowingly solve nga ko let's say thousands or millions of people understand so that part inspire na ma bu baax.
No, definitely. Te man lu ma gën a inspire not because Miss Marakala as well too, but also we have to think in unconventional ways. Dama dee wax ne ñun ñëpp human beings are creators. Because yàlla doomi aadama daf ñu give moom he's the best creator. Waaye daf ñu jox ability to see a problem and create something. Traditionally, dañ dee wax ne African parents yi lawyer, doctor, engineer. Right? Ñu nga push medical field bi. Ku dem be aga nekk aeronautical engineer nga liggéey Boeing. Conventional way of thinking, dañ laa wax ne yow aga nga.
Right?
But now, idea, because man, I remember this one, this was a concept, right? Literally a concept. So, Gisna evolution, the 6 years where the same discipline in terms of engineering, the product specs, the material, ngelaw numde fufe durag bisuido, is the same skill sets logel into a practical product where now the entire world could wear. To anybody could make a Senegambia. So gise Lee. It speaks to you. And that's why, once again, be it Jeffrey, Kunta Kinte brand, Smiling Coast, man, I'm on that. Any African creative that's creating something lohamne nyun munnen ko replace. Because Black people spend trillions of dollars a year buying brands that don't belong to us.
Yeah.
So the moment there is a replacement, it's what
ok so léegi nit yi ñu ñu seetaan ku bugg a Brima bi fa la ko mën a amee.
Yeah, the ones in Gambia.
So right now, we're primarily in the US. And we have a website. It's on shopbrima.com. Then they ship internationally, but I'm not sure for Gambia yet. Some plans, again, we just got started. We're just in year 2, inshallah. Then open like a Gambian store, a store here where, you don't have to come online and buy it. So, right now, Journey B, that's the goal, to have our own Brima shop here in Gambia as we add more products, as we continue to grow. But, a big part of time is to start a business and you're doing things, just focus on the little things. You don't want to grow too fast. You don't want to stretch yourself too thin. And that's something Luma also practice with this. I would love to see Brima Gambia and have, as many people to have it. But the reality is right now in America, when you get focused on that and continue to grow. And, as your business becomes more mature, you can start expanding. But, just focusing on doing what you're doing really well right now. A little less. So, in America though, and I would say Gambians have really supported back in the States. So we'll continue to try our best to be more present here as well.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Well, we're proud of you, man. Proud of you. Hopefully Brima will be coming soon, even if it's not a store, partnering with local brands. We got to make sure we get the football team to start rocking Brima pretty soon.
Why not?
But no, thank you for joining as well too. I'm excited about what Brima could be. I think Headwear is just the beginning. I see Brima as it could be whatever you want it to be. So creative space for you to keep doing this because this is beautiful. And I wear it. Even if I'm a Gori but you get sold bonnet from Nekani. So I think it's important. Right?
Yeah.
One more thing we wanted to talk about before we close today on this blessed January 6, 2026 was celebrating an individual who has been so instrumental to the Kampe Jambar story. This young individual has spent hours and hours with us with the studio. And I'm going to have the Kampe help me in having our CEO of the show, Fatima Boare, to join us so that the entire world could know that we are celebrating the birthday of literally who is the CEO of this show. Just a token of appreciation from us. So we decided to patronized a Gambian business, KJ Cupcakes. Fatima, wanted to wish you a happy birthday, the Campe Jambar style, and you cannot hide. So we need you to come and take a seat so that we could wish you happy birthday on behalf of the entire Campe Jambar. Di la ñaanal yal na la yàlla may fan bu gudda, may la wér gu yaram, ubite wërsëg.
Amen.
You could tell us about who you are. We're gonna give you this butterfly because at Bidanga now, like any other years
Amen.
as well.
Thank you.
You don't have to tell us how old you are. All I know is you're young, you're brilliant, but she's one of the minds behind Campe Jambar, behind Daily Dose. So many upstream productions over the past few years. You know, magdab de basi kër waaye jigéen kër bu mu nekk kër bi daf dee réglé te moom moo ñu dee réglé saa yu nekk mu ne ma Dr. Badji 2 hours 30 minutes te 1 hour 30 minutes nga ma waxoon. But so happy, so proud of you. I've seen your evolution. dama la gis throughout the seasons depuis buñ dooree how you've taken over in the beginning to make sure things are on schedule, coordinating with our schedules. So I really wanted to tell you how proud of you I am. ñu mel ni yow suñ baree rek dëkk bi dafa dem sama si ñoo ma dee jox yaakaar as well too, and I really do believe that anywhere that there's women competent, it runs better. And Campe Jambar Degala, it's a men's only show, but the engine behind it is this young brilliant woman. So di la ndokkale si birthday bi boy si mën ngeen see saani kaddu ku nekk xam na Fatima nu mel si ñun dëgga mooy CEO bi, so I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday
Happy joy.
from the campaign. Right? Saanu leen si kaddu te ne ko fee joy lo.
No,
But I'm really proud of you.
Fatima, yow amuñ sa fay foog naa doog wax na yëpp. Yow you've been so amazing all the time. Xam nga yaa ngi make sure ne things mu ngi go on well. Même su nekkut campagne bi sa dog daf dee mën a reach out to check on us, how are we doing ak yooyu. Saa yu ñu defee episode daf ñu jox feedback, you know, dañu send flowers. Xam nga amut morom moom daal yaay la rek laa ko mën a ooyee.
Yes, definitely. Tey sax mu ngi ma text mu ne ma yaa ngi fàtte left side de. No, but it's just so really proud of you. Really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
does it feel? You wore purple today and we got you purple cupcakes.
Exactly, you see?
Oh, I like it.
How does it feel?
Well,
Tell us a little bit about who you are. How did you end up with Daily Dose, working with Campe Jambar? What has your experience been working with us? Where oftentimes we're talking about things that there's no female representation to tell us their side of the story. How has the experience been? How has the journey been for you? Any laka bulak.
so, first off, I just want to say Alhamdulillah for witnessing this year because it's amazing. It's beautiful having to work with people that you always learn from. And I would really say a big thank you to Gando because he is one person that, even though Kamkuneka has his flaws, but he was one person that is really amazing. He's really patient with his staff, and I cannot say much. Actually, people will be thinking we have like 10 people in the office, but we are just 4 running now.
Entire operation.
Yes, the entire operation. And literally, Gando just took the whole Daily Dose and placed it upon my soldiers. Reason why I be calling, texting, and all that. But so far, joining the team, it was more than this. It was just a multimedia company. So I came, Gando told me about his dream of the podcast with Mariam, Dipsy, I think, yeah, and other people were here. So, but when we started, they all left and I was still here because the space is flexible with other operations that I do. And it makes me want to just do more because I feel there's potentials to what we do, even though it's been really difficult trying to evolve in a society where it's really hard to get to things that you need to be done. It's difficult for you to do them. But it's people like Brima that gave us the opportunity to operate because coming in as sponsors to an episode might be too small, but it does numbers to us because we have a whole space, like an operational cost that we do. So it gives us the opportunity to actually function as a team. But adding on a new year, I think I feel loved. I feel blessed. And I just want to say to each and everyone out there that reached out, sent a message, called and posted, thank you. This is appreciated. Yal na yàlla nangu ñaan yi yépp. Ñun ñëpp ñu fekkee barke bi, inshallah. And yes, live to the dreams we've always wished for.
What gets you excited about being a young Gambian woman?
What gets me excited being a young Gambian woman? Knowing that I don't have to depend on anyone to do things for me. Because one thing I have learned, I started working when I was 19. Having to see myself through school. In MDI from 2020 to last year, I sponsored myself with the help of my mom. So I didn't have to bother anybody. In as much as it got to a point where it was really difficult, but I've never gone online to actually beg. I learned to stand on my toes. And my mom, as a single person, having to raise me and my siblings, she taught me to be strong. So I just want to say thank you to my mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Aissatou Manga, Jigen Jumun Gore, and yes, to my siblings as well. I love you all. And my dad
Fantastic.
is present, and yal na ko yàlla may fan bu gudda, wér gu yaram. And to each and every person out there, living in a broken home is not a means of not becoming who you want to be. Things happen and they are not your fault. So you just got to pick up the pieces and just move ahead. Yes.
What advice would you give to the 18-year-old version of yourself?
Wow. What advice would I give to a 18-year-old version of myself?
Based on what all the life experiences you've had.
I think one advice I would give is to never be shy, because I used to be very timid growing up. Public speaking was my problem, so I learned to evolve when I turned 20. That was when I started to fight myself. Because even time we put my whole nitty bit but there was a problem. In as much as my space was okay, everybody would be like, even some aunties, still now they call me lady because I'm always indoors, do my damn fan. So one thing I would have advised myself is I should have been more extroverted, because I think that would have really given me opportunity to explore a lot of things that I have not been able to so far.
That's fantastic. So to every 18-year-old Gambian out there, please see Fatima as a role model. Hope she inspires you just as much as she inspires all of us every single day. And yes, we'll enjoy the cupcakes. We just talked about resolutions. I am not eating added sugar right now. But we're going to let the boys, parting words, last words to close the episode. Obviously, Jambar of the Week for me is, as Fatima mentioned, I'm going to give it to her and her entire family. I feel like any ndaw bu am jikko bu baax su duggee biir society, it's a reflection of yarin bi. So man saa yu ma nekk su ma gisee ndawi Gambien boo xam ne mandu na, jàmbaar la, because jigéen yi dañ dee ñoo dee gën a nekk jàmbaar sax. Dama leen dee gërëm waaye seen waajur yi tamit ak seen family ñu leen toppa seen gannaaw dama leen wax ne jërëjëf, because you're gifting us Fatima, and what she's doing is impacting lives across the world, because without her, Kampe Jambar du am. Ñun mën nañoo wax waaye the amount of production that goes into it. The lady mom idea, the way she's been curating this space, it's inspired a whole new generation of Gambian podcasts, YouTubers, people going into the content space. So oftentimes, us that are technically just talent, the people behind the lens are more important as well. Any last words, Mr. Wavy Nurse?
Yes.
I've learned more about waves today.
Okay, ba folale komin na bi kacha ba kumfala janne ka fale ko me kacha jang amanken tolla longalti bari komin ka fo nyamen ron na jang kana nyo hakile bulando la kanyo yaya kanyo kono to dia ka tu ngalon ne ko tumando nga kudol lonne bari aka bon hakilo le kono son tol nata janne komin kana kanyo hakilo bulandi so nga kumo fo jamme yalon ka beti atal salon ko nyo kany bota alale bulu anin na do kuring ni nga kuma fofana me alon ko anin silo monta sa alon ko na hakil da solon drong anin fanan na hakil naso so mbal hakadan la nakata nga kuma fo anin fanan ka fale ko na nyin sankuto nga kata tubab sankuto ko nga fo nyam ko di na tubab sankuto nga kata nga ganani nyandi na sangomen tambita na jata kende ala karola na doku wala karola in nata fana na dimbaya la karola katu ngalo na dimbaya mu kulti me alon ka kumatale mba fola fana na doku nyo Fatima mba fola ala wululungo me murunta nang bi wala ka fa me birthday yo mba fola happy birthday mba fola alama sanjamal balu sangol me alon ko comme mel tambita ni sangol mel kanana wala fisia eti sangol mel tambita ka fale ko alka fengol membe jen ka kacha jang ke wolle ka si jang bartumando ka nkoma musole bije men ka itandi molla ambita nyamen amanke comme mansilo lo bari fan comme nga fa nyamen ño hakil bulando dron no andate moti me alon ko comme na silo nyinkang abambanta je bake fati mol nyinen kala muntu mal albina sutin la muntu maleng albina albe silo kan ne bang ani bi fon kabir be silo kan kanana mol text kan albe minto guys where are you so kaje ko ndolle ka kumol fo ka futalma bari ngamera fati mala kala fi kumonyi futa tolma dan dol fongoti so mba fala happy birthday mba fala baraka bake mba fala le wasalam fo sila koten ala baraka bake.
Thank you.
Team Ibrahima on the left side.
Far left people.
Yes. Di wax ne tey waxtaan bi am na solo dok xanaa di gën a ñaax askan bi rek na ku nekk am health resolution for the year.
Yeah.
ñu miin di dem lopitaan di check up nekkut suñu feebaree rek suñ ko miinalee suñ boppa miinal ko suñu xale yi den dina am healthy society because gars dinañ mag si noonu miin di dem check up si lopitaan ba pare tamit di make sure ñi consistent in exercise nekkut exercise in whatever that you do nga feel ne ok lii lu baax la loo bëgg a def la ñu try ñu consistent in it because it's very important dañ dee wax ne olof dañ dee wax ne egg si ko garab yomb na waaye des fa moo jafe so su fekkee ne yow sa goal mooy pour lose weight start nga ko da nga ko maintain su fekkee ne gain weight yow yaa xam rek loo munti def wala nga ne nga wax ne ok dama bëgg a start exercise consistency bi is very important même su fekkee ne once a week la sax bul ko xeeb just make sure once a week bi nga wax noonu every week nga def ko once it's dina change lu bari si sa wet gu yaram tamit di wax ne kontaan nañ si suma tooma lum ñëwee nii di rafetlu liggéeyam man suma jàmbaar of the week dama ko jox moom because wax na fi lu am solo ñun Africa amun luñ moom bu mu waxee about Afcon bi dafa laal suma xol bi suma yaram dafa daw sax because African wax na dëgg amul dara lu fa nekk loo xam ne africain la suñ jazz yi sax is hanga brand yoo xam ne la ñun we nekkut our own so it's high time ñu commencé di defar loo xam ne ñoo ko moom di use loo xam ne ñu ñoo ko moom which is very very important so maa ngi laa ñaanal rek sa brand bi mu dem worldwide xam nga ba mu àgga fépp foo xam ne nit moom fa si àdduna si ñu ko use di ñaanal Fatima rek di ko wax happy birthday once again di la wax jërëjëf si sa liggéey bu rafet bi.
Thank you.
Tey dañ ko jënal town trip.
Yeah, of course. Wow, okay.
And my mom is calling me.
Waxal meer ne mam ñun ñooy fay town trip bi tey town trip suñ génne daal ngeen toog ko town trip parce que waroon nañ fee teel a génn.
Yeah.
Brother?
Yeah. No, maa ngi leen di gërëm yéen ñëpp the whole entire Daily Dose team campé bi again comme lu ma waxoon in the beginning loo leen nekk di def I don't think sax yéen xam ngeen the impact from a global viewpoint so long may you guys live please
Amen.
continue to do what you guys are doing it's extremely impactful you guys make sure ne ñun duñ musa homesick we can always stay connected because end of the day suñ dëkka nu ko bëggee ñun ñëpp ñoo war a come together and unite so I really appreciate yéen ñëpp si loo leen di jël seen time of this day 2 hours plus adding value to some life so gërëm naa leen yéen ñëpp I'm a little jealous man say maa ko gënoon a mun si olof waaye léegi
teggi naa la de
you do better but jox naa ko tey
xam nga luy ñëw suma mandinka
te mu ngi over ñëw si
mandinka bi léegi so yeah but jërëjëf thank you for having me allowing me pour ma share suma story Fatima, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Wishing you many happy returns.
Amen.
Please inspire more to do what you're doing. and we really need it. So thank you all again.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yes. Just to askan bi ne jërëjëf this year moom once again ñun comme Ibrahima nu mu ko daan waxee ñun luñ dee def yëpp is edutainment la and he's very familiar with the word because waxtaan and si dee garab soo buggee mu aaga léegi foog nga def fa sukkur tuuti lu ko mooy ku ko sex rek daf ko tuflit mu génn moo tax yu bari niñ ko dee defee waaye hopefully garab bi da ngeen si dee jot because fu mu nekk nii waxtu buñ toll nii waxtaan yu am solo yoo xam ne nit mën na see njëriñoo moo war a ëppa waxtaan yoo xam ne kenn du si njëriñoo dara di ñaax askan bi nag moom at bi door na nañ fulal suñu wérgu yaram ñun spend nañ whole year di wax ne nañ fulal suñu wérgu yaram léegi lu dee tax ñu dee ñaan askan bi because ñun dañ dee gis su yaaxu amee naka la dee impacté family bi ak ñu leen wër yëpp feebar daf dee mun a jël cëri nit completely wala dañ dee gis family yoo xam ne ñu ngi si diaspora bi dañ dee spend so much xaalis te duñ xalaat sax xaalis bi ba pare seen waajur yi wala ñoo xam ne ñu ngi leen fi bàyyi duñ dunda bu yàgga yëpp lu ko dee waral mooy just foundational things so ñun askan bi suñ amutee wérgu yaram suñ dëkk bi du mun a dem kanam te wérgu yaram du responsibility nit ñëw jox la wérgu yaram ku nekk saa yoo eewoo suba da nga war a xalaat wérgu yaram fan nga war naka nga si war a taxawaale excuse me jox nañ leen 3 metrics blood pressure body composition ak waist circumference hopefully balaa next episode bi tegee ngeen boobu boor nañ si tegaat yeneen metrics su ko defee the month of January ñëpp mun a xam ne dugga nañ si at bi in a way boo xam ne mën nañoo sàmm seen mbiri wérgu yaram waaye di leen wax jërëjëf si àndandoor bi ba beneen yoon thank you